Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the club, brought to you by Sky Bet. We are here for a big game today. Yes, that's because it's Manchester City against Liverpool with what I would call the last chance for anyone to really put a spanner in the works at Liverpool. Although, after the result for Arsenal on the weekend, it's looking like that 20th title will unfortunately
do you
be
reckon,
heading
even
to
if
Anfield.
even if Man City do something really significant today, say Man City beat Liverpool 4-0, just play a game with me, right? It won't happen, but Man City beat Liverpool 4-0. Does that reinvigorate the title race, or is it still, because of Arsenal's failings, is that still title over?
Arsenal just don't look capable of putting a proper run.
So almost, in your opinion, regardless of what happens today, the league is done.
Every time Liverpool have dropped points, every time, Arsenal just failed to make it count, failed to put the pressure on, failed to close that gap a little bit.
No, they did it the
Every
other
single
day.
time.
There was actually a moment the other day where they did win. They did win. Well, I think
Liverpool drew.
No, Liverpool drew. No, Liverpool drew with Everton, didn't they? And didn't Arsenal win in between? Which made me think, which made me think, oh, they haven't done what they've done for the
There's been
rest
5
of the season.
opportunties and they've capitalised once in 5. That's
That's exactly the point I was about to make.
Even though they've lost one time, so you have to be very narrow. You have to as soon as it happens, you have to capitalise on it. They've lost one game all season, Liverpool. Lots of draws, and they've not done nothing. It's embarrassing
For who? Arsenal.
for the Premier League for this season. Like, it is embarrassing, isn't it? Liverpool just win it now pretty easily, I think.
I don't know if I'd agree that it's embarrassing for the league. If it's embarrassing for anyone, it's embarrassing only for Arsenal, isn't it?
In terms of the standard of the title race this season, there's something about it. City's drop off is part of that embarrassment. I think.
That's true.
I think
That's
being
true.
4-time champions, you could argue
I suppose
Chelsea, Man United.
Chelsea's in. You
The big clubs have been terrible this season, basically, except Liverpool. All the big clubs have been terrible this season.
And also, it's been a weird title race, hasn't it? Because as Liverpool they've looked brilliant. But if somebody was hunting them down, you just don't know. Like, the pressure that you can put on somebody, which is why when Liverpool and Man City were going for the jugular and they were, Liverpool accrued 96 points, didn't win the league. It's why the reason it was so amazing, the reason it was like mind-blowingly good is because they were both putting maximum pressure on one another and nobody faltered. Whereas now you've got a situation where Liverpool, I don't know, say that game against Brentford. Yeah, they won the game. They got something out of the game. Great. They did really well. But they were never really put under the cosh.
No.
They never had that symbolic moment of Arsenal going top by a point, but Liverpool having a game in hand.
Yeah.
They've never had to deal with that kind of
They've been vulnerable.
stress.
The Villa game, I thought the final 10 minutes of the Villa game it didn't look like a side that could control a title race. I mean, they've been fantastic up to the Villa game, the Everton game. They've been amazing, Liverpool. It's not me slagging off Liverpool. I'm just saying that they do look vulnerable. They look really tired. The Wolves game, I know they beat Wolves.
Yeah,
the
they
final
limped-
30
they
minutes,
limped
they
to
were,
that,
they, were,
yeah.
they were rubbish.
Yeah.
And they can't be 100% every single game, of course not. And Liverpool have been exceptional, but the Aston Villa, they gave 5 chances to Aston Villa in the final 10 minutes. 5. Marlon could have had a hat-trick. He was a substitute. So Arsenal will be gutted about this because next season City will be way better. City will be way better. You never know with Chelsea. They might get a brand new manager. Who knows with Chelsea?
Yeah.
There's certainly a squad capable of doing something for sure.
I've never really agreed with the theory that says they had to win it last year. It was their year to win it, and if they don't win it that year, they won't win it. That kind of mentality. I've never really agreed with it because I always think that they can go again. They can find a rhythm. They can go stronger. They can make new signings. They can get improved. And they can launch a serious bid to win it next year. But there is the way that it's falling now. It does feel like last year really was the perfect storm for Arsenal to win the league, and they
No
didn't.
injuries.
No, that's crucial. They had no injuries last year. Rice, Saliba, Ben White. They basically the least out of all of those players. The least amount of appearances was 35.
Yeah.
That's the least. Like everybody else was 36, 37, 38.
Crazy.
So yeah.
And you could argue this season as well.
No, this year they've been hampered by injuries badly.
No, but the chance was like you're fighting against Liverpool with Arne Slot in his first season. You've got all the talk about Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent's contracts. You haven't even tried to have a little crack at them because you've just been so inconsistent.
I think most people would have said, wouldn't they, that if Man City don't win the league, Arsenal will win the league.
Yeah.
Like, when we did our predictions at the beginning of the season, if presumably Buvey predicted Man City.
Yeah.
If I said, okay, not Man City, who? You're going to say Arsenal, aren't you?
Yeah, I thought Liverpool would be close, a lot closer than people gave them credit for, but Arsenal were ready to win the title, and they spent a lot of money. The big issue is, look, big sides lose games. The Centurion side lost a few games that season, got smashed in the Champions League by Liverpool, but ultimately, City improved season on season, like every single season. Arsenal losing to the same sides every season, like West Ham, Like you feel if they meet a big side in the Champions League, they're more equipped to beat Real Madrid. If they meet or Atletico Madrid, they're not going to beat those guys. They just aren't. For sure.
Well, do you know what? I was quite happy about that. You know, when the Champions League draw was done in the week, which I paid far too much attention to, considering that I have absolutely none of my business. But I really did like focus on the Champions League draw. I was really worried because I thought at first inspection, it looked like quite a kind draw for Arsenal. I thought, oh no, Dutch opposition, you know.
Yeah, PSV. Yeah.
PSV is going to be... And then you look and you're like, okay, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because if they get through that, they got Real Madrid.
It goes Real Madrid, Liverpool.
Yeah.
So surely it's fine.
Unless Atletico do something a little bit crazy.
Okay, but let's pretend it goes the other way. Let's just play the game. So it goes Atletico Villa. I still think they go out.
No, I do too, yeah. But I think it's closer, Atletico. But Real Madrid will beat Atletico Madrid. That's pretty obvious, I think.
Yeah, we got a big... This is a big game, but a little bit has been taken off. If Arsenal win yesterday, changes the whole perspective and narrative
it's actually become a massive game. It's a massive game for Liverpool as well because they can just cement it and they can kind of end any conversation. If they do lose, it opens up the conversation again. Massive for City though. Massive for City.
No Haaland today.
City this weekend. They've seen Chelsea, who were above them, drop points. They've seen Nottingham Forest, who are above them, drop points. They've seen Arsenal, who are above them, drop points.
City would go third with a win, although they'd be level on points with Forest.
Which is huge in the race for top four.
And that bet that Miles made with Jack.
Yeah.
What's the bet?
That City wouldn't finish above Arsenal.
City can't finish above Arsenal. It's 9 points, isn't it?
It's possible.
No, it's 9 points.
It'll be 6 points after today.
City can't finish above Arsenal. 9 points.
6 points after today with 12 games to go. I think that's very.
Don't forget
very
these final few games. When Arsenal realise they mathematically can't win the title, you end up playing B-sides.
But do you not think that...
and City are
out of Europe
have
as
got
well.
top four wrapped up, whereas City need to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So they'll have a different...
We'll finish stronger than
Arsenal will have Europe to think about as well because I think they'll beat PSV. So kind of the longer they go in that, it could do you a favour as long as they don't win it.
I just think Arsenal lost it with their recruitment, you know. I genuinely...
centre-forward,
I know Mikel Moreno scored a couple of goals the other day, but...
No, that was a Hail Mary. That wasn't a strategy.
Buying him was a strange one.
That wasn't a strategy, though. The Mikel Moreno up front, that's like when Ten Hag used to put Harry Maguire up front. Harry Maguire, if he happened to score 2 goals up front, right, you don't then build a strategy around it.
Like if your goalkeeper scores, you don't go...
You don't go, you're centre-forward, Peter Schmeichel. yeah.
You're starting at number 9.
It's not a strategy, is it?
Yeah.
It's like, it was a Hail Mary. They threw him up front against Leicester. They got out of jail. Right, lovely. Who's our centre forward though? Because we can't rely on our
Raheem
midfield.
Sterling.
But it's still better than Sterling, I think. That's the issue. Sterling's that bad.
No, but it's like they bought Calafiori. Did they really need to stock out that
players,
defence?
No. They signed...
Not really. They bought Moreno.
Mate, they finished second 3 times in a row. They finished second twice in a row.
Yeah.
And in the summer, where they kind of looked like they were going for it, they signed 2 squad players and Raheem Sterling. Like, that's not the strategy to win the league, is it? And you look at what Aston Villa did to us yesterday. Why did they beat us? They beat us because they made progressive, intelligent signings in the January transfer window that came on and combined for both goals. Marcus Rashford comes in, Asensio comes in, they win the game.
And Marlon, they signed 3.
And Marlon, yeah, he came on. Like the reason why they got the victory was because they made astute signings in the window. The reason why Man City are looking like they could win a place in the Champions League is because they made that Marmouche signing. You know, it's like taking...
I don't get why Arteta went for Sterling and what's the other one? Havertz. I still what. I don't know. It's like
Havertz was a mad one because he was
can't
actually
make a
signed
whole
as a
housewife.
midfielder.
You know what I mean? What are you trying to do? You've seen them be crap elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean the Havertz one doesn't really make sense, but that wasn't the centre forward signing because he wasn't seen as being a centre forward when they signed him. The one that really like surprises me is how they haven't gone out. Like, you know, even in the last window, you know, when they flirted with the idea of delicately pretending that they wanted to sign Ollie Watkins. Like, just sign him. If
Miles said straight away, didn't he? They're pulling the wool over.
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah,
They wanted to sign him. It's not like it was no interest. They haggled over £20 million. It was a £40 million bid.
I wonder if Miles is correct that there was actually no interest and it was a pretense.
Yeah, it's pathetic. Sometimes football's a very simple game. Maybe Ollie
Score
Watkins isn't the right answer in 2028 because he's 32 years old. Fine, you're right about that. But you just need to get the deal done.
But you're hitting a nail on the head there. So why has it become so valuable to only sign players, and why do fans want... This isn't just the club thing. Clubs do it and it's weird. But fans seem to adopt a similar policy, which is we have to sign players who are young, who have sell-on value. Like the days of Chelsea signing Mark Hughes at 30, Chelsea signing Michael Ballack at 30, they're done. Fans don't want it either. It's really weird. Fans go, what's he going to be worth in 3 years? Like,
crazy.
what the fuck's it matter to you what he's worth in 3 years? He might win you the league before
Sometimes you need that deal, don't you? I feel like Teddy Sheringham wasn't too...
Absolutely right.
Ian Wright was 29 when he joined Arsenal.
Right.
It depends on the.
But Teddy
makeup
Sheringham
of
is
the
a
squad,
great
though,
example
don't
of it as well. Teddy Sheringham is a great example of signing a player who is clearly ready for the challenge today, not tomorrow.
Harry Kane was 30 when he went to Bayern Munich, wasn't he?
Mate,
He's 30.
when did it become this weird thing? Like we're linked with Ollie Watkins. Okay, great. He's a centre forward who could score you a lot of goals between now and the end of the year, and you might win the league. What's he going to be worth at the end of his contract, though? Who cares?
He already gets
you might win the
at
league.
least 6 points more than they have right now. What have been the results since January? They've been perfect. So maybe 3 more points, 4 more points.
Double-edged sword as well, because do you remember who did it? Who signed? Was it Chris Wood went to
Burnley?
To relegate, to have the impact on the
went
opposition.
To Newcastle.
Went to Newcastle, which had a bad impact on
£30
Burnley.
million.
Right. So imagine the impact that it has on Aston Villa. Like, not only are you signing a player for you, but you're doing the others a disservice.
I think Duran's there. Surely Duran's there.
Mate,
as well. I mean, that's
I think,
a bit
surely
more
they could have
interesting
signed
bit.
Ivan Toney before he decided to go to Saudi as well. Surely Arsenal and Ivan Toney would have worked out if they'd made it happen, say, before the Euros.
It's something very unambitious about Arsenal, very strange, and they're a big club, and they deserve. It's like if I ever look like I'm slagging off Arsenal, it's because I see a bit like Man United. When we talk about these clubs, they're big football clubs.
Yeah, who should
different
be
when you talk about Bournemouth in the Champions League positions. It's a different thing entirely. This is Arsenal Football Club.
Yeah,
some of the strikers they've had down the years.
And did you see as well? Like, there's this conversation now going on, like really strong conversation that I've seen upon the internet of a conversation around Odegaard. Odegaard's not the man. Odegaard's letting it down. Odegaard, bombastical, biblical stinker and hooked. Right? Did you see it all?
Yeah, I've started copying his tweets.
I just don't. I mean, it's brilliant. Bombastic,
About
biblical,
Hoyland.
stinker and hooked. I just don't see how Odegaard is the if I were to write a list
he's
of
not the problem.
20 problems,
He's a bit
that
soft, though.
But you know what it
He's a bit
is? He's
soft.
captain, innit?
Yeah.
So you look to your captains for
Yeah, but
leadership. He's not a leader.
He's not the captain that you're talking about. When you say the word captain, I know what your implication is. Your implication is basically Roy Keane or Brian Robson. He isn't that. But you can be a different style.
He's not even Ryan Giggs. Like, quietly go about your business.
No, Ryan Giggs is a captain by example, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just because he was so brilliant.
But my point
Wasn't
is,
he
once you
brilliant?
take the armband at a club like that,
You can't tag me in a comment about a Ryan Giggs goal.
Okay.
As if it proves the
can.
argument.
Not one goal.
We'll
You should have watched
continue
it.
to
It's
do
a compilation.
well, you can't. Once you're captain of a club, you then start to get compared to Vieira and Tony Adams and everything because
I suppose.
you're walking
It's just
in that
if-
line.
mate,
But
I'm not even joking.
he's not a captain. But I think in a fully functional team with leaders around him, he's their best player.
Also, the reason that it's gone wrong is like they've had a couple of dodgy games lately, but the reason why Arsenal had that capitulation at the beginning of the season was when Odegaard was injured. They were good. Odegaard got injured.
This is like the James Madison chat for you, though.
What do you mean?
Well, James Madison's not necessarily the fault of Spurs.
Yeah, that's an
he's
interesting comparison.
He's very similar players. Obviously, Odegaard's a better player, but they're similar positions and flair players, creative players. I think what you've thrown at James Madison, I think, is very applicable to Odegaard. He's at a higher level, way higher level. Of course he is, but he looks soft in that game against West Ham. He looks soft.
That's interesting.
The run. Do you remember? Have you seen the run that's been clipped up on Twitter?
Yeah.
Where the ball from Trossard can get played round the corner, he's running away from the ball.
There was another one that I saw. There was another one from Odegaard that would have really infuriated me unless he did what I wanted him to do, which is what he did. When they were playing against Newcastle away, early at St James's Park, he hit a post. Do you remember it? You've seen it. Basically, there's a challenge that comes in. I think it might be someone who's far more robust than him. I don't know. Dan Burn, Shaw, someone like that, comes sliding across. And Odegaard's got the goal to aim at. And he basically hit the outside of the post. One of those shots that hits the post that has no chance of going in. So I say it hits a post, it sounds close, but it's not. He basically, in fairness to the people who were criticising Odegaard, he basically got scared of the challenge and kind of sliced it because he didn't want to get injured, rather than committing to it and potentially getting walloped, committing to it and potentially being a bit clever, committing to the ball and potentially getting a penalty because there was a reckless challenge coming in. He basically got his shot off but protected himself at all costs. And that would really annoy.
Could it be with him that, like, in the 3 seasons prior to this, he played over 40 games in every single season, and he would have been playing a lot. Like, a lot of those games would have been from the start. Is a player that really has just found himself being one of the main men at Arsenal. He wasn't really the main man before he got to Arsenal.
No, but he's
Could
also
that be
become
taking
the
its
age.
toll on him now?
He's also become the age to be. Like, he should
Yeah.
want to be that.
No, of course, but that could be taken. Like we've seen Bukayo Saka. I think his injury was largely down to just overplaying.
Overplayed, yeah.
The same thing. Like I know Odegaard's still available, but it could still have a part to it.
Yeah.
And he's fallen way off in terms of numbers. Only 3 goals this season. Last season 11. The season before 15. He's probably not going to hit double figures this season.
Do you know why I would? But he has missed a lot of the season though.
Yeah.
Do you know why I would counter what you said? But I think it's a good point, by the way. The Madison thing. I obviously went very heavy on Madison. I got quite a lot of stick for it. I do stand by it. But the reason why I don't extend the same courtesy to James Madison that I do to Martin Odegaard is because what I see in Martin Odegaard is. Can I define it like this? I think Martin Odegaard is a winning footballer. I think Martin Odegaard is a player that is capable of playing in a winning machine and being part of a team that wins the league. If Martin Odegaard is one of your better players, I think you win the league. If James Madison is one of your better players, I think that you might qualify for the Champions League.
Yeah, he's not that level. Of course not.
That's
You want more. You want more from him, don't you? I never saw David Silva's a flair player. I never saw David Silva soft like that. He's a small player, diminutive, but big in the tackle.
What David Silva had around him
Did
was,
he?
Yeah, he used to get smashed his ankles. He used to get
But David
smashed
Silva,
up. He'd
like-
still play through it. Let's play through it.
Let's use David Silva as an example. When he looked ahead of him, who was there? Aguero. When he looked to
Yeah,
his
yeah,
left,
that's true.
who was
That's
there?
true.
Who was at his right?
De
who was
Bruyne to the
behind
left of him.
Fernandinho behind.
Come on,
you know,
mate,
like
it's amazing.
He had
Yeah.
all these big
course.
players. Now, when
It's-
Odegaard
yeah,
looks to his
Clowns
left,
to the left and
it's
me Jokers to the
Trossard.
right. Yeah.
It's Trossard
Louise
and Marino's up top.
Louise Nerding. It's fucking
They're
ridiculous.
top 4 side, and we have our expectations in them because City have dropped off.
But maybe we're doing a bit of a. Maybe I'm doing it to James Madison, and maybe you're doing it to Martin Odegaard. Are we all basically going? You should be Michael Essien, you should be Frank Lampard, you should be David Silva, when basically no one is. Do you know what I mean? Like the drop off is. The drop
I don't
off
think
is.
players are asked to be that anymore either.
I think every player,
No,
every manager would like a player to
I
be
feel
Frank
like-
Lampard.
You know, when you kind of allude to that, like you're talking about someone that just kind of grabs the game on their own and just
Does what
kind
they
of
want. Gerrard, yeah.
that's frowned upon a little bit.
Yeah,
now,
that's true.
I think. by
But
some
you know, if
managers.
you did have that maverick sort of player, like, you know, if Arne Slot, who's a very controlled manager, if Steven Gerrard was born 2 decades later and was coming through at Liverpool now, I think Arne Slot just builds a team around him. I mean, well, he definitely does. What am I talking about? Of course he does, don't you think?
Maybe, yeah.
You're swashbuckling
Definitely.
box-to-box midfielder. You just, I think all of your principles go out the window if you've got Gerrard at 27.
Yeah, but Gerrard was also a very good.
System player as well, yeah.
He could play to a system,
Yeah.
and his all-round attributes meant that if he needed to defend, he could defend. If he needed to, like, he can do anything, right? He could press really well if he wanted to. So I
Yeah.
think Steven Gerrard probably a little bit of a like
Yeah,
he
bad
had everything
example, maybe.
compared to
Yeah,
Odegaard,
yeah.
who is very good at certain things.
Yeah, the chasm between James Madison and Odegaard is
It's a bigger one
smaller-
between
is
Odegaard and
smaller
Gerrard.
than- yeah. Steven Gerrard is 10
But Rice
times.
was bad, wasn't he? I thought Saliba was poor.
Mate, do you think Rice got to him about the West Ham thing? Did you see they were?
I saw him
did you
flag him
see-
off for the corner.
Yeah,
I like that.
you should have signed for a big club. And all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I like that.
Did you? But do you think it affected whether you like it? I've got no issue with it, by the way, at all.
He's already
West
played
Ham
against
fans
him
are always
4 times,
gonna
hasn't he? 3 times.
Yeah, but he got sent off once. He got beat yesterday. He's not exactly. I know they had that 6-0 win away and he scored.
Yeah.
But he has been sent off and got beat.
That 6-0 wasn't really pressure, was it? Because they'd already kind of dropped off a little bit. It's weird. As soon as Arsenal get close, they bottle it, and they're not even in a position to bottle it.
Yeah.
They had to keep winning games, to even be in contention.
What do you think then with that? Do you think Declan Rice? Effectively, what I'm saying here is, if you agree with my assertion, I don't even know where I sit on it. Is that Declan Rice is slightly fragile? Do you think he got affected by the West Ham fixture?
Mentally or
Yeah.
physically?
Both. Do you think
He didn't have a
do you
good
think
game.
he's affected by playing West Ham because the fans are on his case and this is his old club and he's desperate to
He doesn't look like someone that I think that could get to him. Like, why don't they love me?
I think he's
already beat him
doubled his
6-0
money.
at the Olympic Stadium.
He's doubled his money. He's playing in the Champions League. He's competing for the title. He shouldn't really be affected by it. He should have done a Paul Ince. Like Paul Ince left there.
I
and
don't think
didn't look
I
back.
think it'd be harsh with Chris. I think he's just he had a bad game. I think.
Oh,
that's
so
what
you don't think he's affected?
Because if he's already beat, it's not like he's never beaten West Ham and he's spotted every single game. He had a great game against. He scored against them obviously in the reverse fixture. And we talk about England. The pressure for England's way bigger than Arsenal.
No,
He's been
but what he's
incredible
not,
for England. The
No,
pressure there is
absolutely.
massive.
But the difference is, you know, when he plays for England in a massive fixture against France, he hasn't got.
Yeah, the
He hasn't got 50,000 East Londoners calling him Judas.
Yeah.
Also, when the game's going,
French geezers don't know who he is.
If the game starts off well and you're 1-2-0 up, it is easier to settle into a game.
That's true. Yeah,
if it's 0-0, 1-0 down, and they're getting on your back and you're getting bullied.
I've seen some players absolutely thrive under that sort of hatred.
Oh yeah,
absolutely thrive. Particularly West Ham. You know what their fans are like. And I say this with positivity, vitriol, like aggression, proper. And they hate ex-players. And I kind of rate it. Do you remember when Tom Ince used to go there? Paul Ince's son, and they used to boo him. Tom Ince turned up and he's playing for Blackpool, and they're booing him. Like, I didn't even play for you,
Why
man.
do they not like Paul Ince?
They hate Paul Ince because he put a Man United shirt on before he was a Man United player.
But what happened with that is, because I spoke to Paul Ince about that.
Paul Ince was at West Ham.
Yeah, that's where he came
left
through.
West Ham to come through.
Mate, Paul Ince is persona non grata at West Ham. He was like...
When did he join Inter Milan then?
After Man United, before Liverpool.
Before Liverpool,
after Man United.
But I spoke to him about that, Paul Ince. And basically, like, I can't remember what the newspaper was, but it was a situation where everyone knew the move was happening. So the newspaper went, listen, can we get a picture of your United shirt so that we've got it in the bag?
Yeah. You're here now. You might as well take the picture. And he went, yeah, all right. Picture. Don't put it out until I've signed, though.
He's done the picture earlier, then someone's let it go, innit?
Yeah.
So,
but mate, in terms of hostility, Paul Ince, Frank Lampard go into the old stadium, mate. Mate. But they used to love it.
Yeah.
Frank Lampard used to score against them every week. Yeah. Frank Lampard broke Chelsea's goal scoring record against West Ham.
He was really vicious towards Frank as well.
Proper.
Was bringing his dad into it.
Yeah. But look at, and his dad won him the FA Cup. Like, look at how there's a famous thing. We used to have a banner that said, "What about Scott Canham?" Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen the clip about Scott Canham? West Ham had this.
The Harry Redknapp one.
Yeah. We used to have this.
Explain it for the people.
So West Ham had this youth player called Scott Canham, and Frank Lampard was starting games for Harry Redknapp, and fans were going, "Why are you starting Frank Lampard? Why are you starting Frank Lampard? He's rubbish. You should start Scotty Canham. What about Scotty Canham?" We used to have a banner of Frank Lampard with a European Cup. What about Scott Canham?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It is good that because Harry Redknapp comes into his
backed him strong.
Hold on a minute. You know what I mean?
He doesn't get credit for that Redknapp, does he?
No, he doesn't.
That's a big gamble because young players, any great young player can flop.
Exactly.
Lampard will remember that.
Lampard will too. There's a relationship, isn't there?
Redknapp was good for that. Man management, understanding of players.
He should have got the England job.
Oh, of course.
He should have.
Roy Hodgson.
Should have got the England.
Yeah, he should have been England manager.
Of course, he should have been England.
Like, is he Spurs' greatest Premier League manager?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
he'd be up there.
Yeah.
He took them to the Champions League.
I know
they'd say
Mourinho and
Pochettino.
Conte, but
They'd say Pochettino. But they'd say
how
Pochettino.
could I forget Pochettino? To be fair, he took him to Champions League finals.
Yeah, they'd say Pochettino.
But Redknapp kind of made them an acceptable Champions League team. Where when Spurs got in the Champions League, you weren't like.
You probably gave them the platform.
Do you remember when Redknapp came in? They were going down. Like, he took them over when they were going to be relegated. They were going to go down, and he took them over and obviously got them into the Champions League. He was like he was the Bale, wasn't he? He was the facilitator of Bale.
Yeah, we got a super chat from Nadir who says the OGs are here. Love it. Cheers from Boston. And I will not finish that super chat. Thank you to Sky Bet for sponsoring the club. We do appreciate you guys for getting involved and sticking around with us. Remember, links in the description. If you want to get involved, you have to be 18 plus. T's and C's apply. And be gamble aware. And you will get a £5 free bet when you bet £5 on Man City against Liverpool. If you were going to do a bet, actually, let's go through the team news. Have you seen all the team news, Booth?
Yeah, it's interesting for City. Doku and Savinho both playing with Marmoush. It's a lot of wingers and playmakers. Nico by himself, basically in midfield. De Bruyne. It's a big start for De Bruyne.
De Bruyne getting a start, yeah, because the manager said, Pep said after the Madrid game that he was available to start. He just didn't pick him, which was an interesting thing, wasn't it?
Very sad moment.
Ederson in goal, Lewis, Kusanov, Ake. Kusanov now at centre-back when he was at full-back the other day, wasn't he?
Yeah, he got killed by Vinicius, didn't he? Unfortunately.
Anyone can get killed by him.
Yeah, that's true.
Ake, Gvardiol, De Bruyne, Nico, Savinho, Foden, Doku and Marmoush. Are you going to miss Haaland today?
Yeah, we miss him against Real Madrid. His presence and the kind of Jamie Carragher shout that he's feigning an injury to not play against Rudiger. Craziness.
Not a chance.
It nearly killed Guardiola's press conference. I mean, he walked out after that question.
Did he?
It was at the end of the press conference, but I think he
Where did Carragher say that on CBS?
He said it on CBS, and he's come out on Twitter and said it was a joke, but the tone at the time, I didn't think it was a joke. We've watched enough CBS and know when they're having a laugh. I thought it was a ridiculous question. It was a ridiculous question, to be honest, from Jamie Carragher.
And then Liverpool's team, Alisson, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Gravenberch, McAllister, Salah, Szoboszlai, Jones and Diaz. You got the old Egyptian king and prince going up against each other as well, Salah and Marmoush.
Yes, it's a big game for Marmoush. I thought he got really bullied in the Real Madrid game. A little bit unfair on him. He's not a false 9, or he's not a number 9. He couldn't come deep. He didn't link up the play. He was getting bullied by Valverde at points, Rudiger. It's going to be interesting. He's going to have to drop deep and link up play, and we're going to have to keep the ball better. I mean, City aren't keeping the ball very well at the moment. And if Liverpool get on the ball, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a very long day.
But it's at the Etihad. City expect to beat anyone at the Etihad, even when they're in bad form. They got to pull a performance out of the bag. Is it important for you to get a win today?
Yeah.
Or are you just like, you don't really care anymore?
Because all the sides around us have lost, I think the top 4 is really, really confident now. I think most City fans would say that. Bournemouth even lost to Wolves. I think they're going to drop points. Forest have lost, as Rory was saying. I think Pep wants this side to be beating Liverpool for the next season. I think it's about that. But this City side, it was so bad against Madrid. It felt really, really depressing against Real Madrid. We've lost a lot of games this season, but that was the one that really felt like City had given up. There was a golf in class. And Real Madrid are in Liverpool's bracket. They're the 2 best sides in world football. And if City gets smashed today, it's a really bad, indictment on the season.
For sure. Guys, just to flag up, we have had a new show that's been going for the last 2 weeks as well. Again, with Sky Bet, we've had a call-in show going. Obviously, after we're done here, if you haven't checked them out, you can go check them out. There's 2 episodes already out. And in those episodes, there's a link in the description to join our Discord, which means you could be part of the show and you could get your own call in. We film those shows on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. This week, it's on a Wednesday. So get joining the Discord and you could be a part of that show. I'm really enjoying doing them call-in shows. And we recently hit 220,000 subs as well. On the club's YouTube. So thank you very much to everyone for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, then get subscribed right now and help us hit, 250 before the end of the season. Is that possible? Probably not, but aim high, hey. So get involved with that. We got a super chat for Rory, which we'll read when he's come back. I think he's gone to the little boys' room, and I do mean little. What's your score prediction for today, Booth?
I think it's 3-1 Liverpool.
I think Liverpool are going to win.
I just looked at the defence. I mean, sometimes you have to visualise it. Kujanov, Ake, Rico, Lewis in the back line. It's going to be a long day, man. If they score first, it could be 4-5-0 to Liverpool. If they score early first.
Who has to perform well for City to win? Like, who would you say is your keep? Is it Marmoush?
I think it's Nico Gonzalez.
De Bruyne?
I think it's Nico 100%. I think he protects everyone. If he can play well. He did it against Newcastle United. First time this season, City have given away 0 big chances against the side in the Premier League. First time. And it's February. That was against Newcastle because of Nico Gonzalez. Arguably one of the best debut performances ever of a holding midfielder in Premier League history in terms of pass completion rate and how he made everyone better. But this Liverpool side, a whole different force. They could score in the first 2 minutes. This City side is so bad. Remember the Real Madrid game? First 2 minutes, long ball. Ruben Diaz doesn't deal with it. He's not even playing the game today. John Stones is injured. This back line, I don't know.
Remember, you can get a £5 free bet when you bet £5 on Man City, Liverpool. Make sure you're opt in so you don't miss out. The link is in the description. 18 plus T's and C's apply. Beat Gamble, where we have over 4,000 people tuned in at the moment. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Rory,
a free fiver bet when you bet a fiver on this match.
Yeah.
Dreamland.
Get your money back.
Dreamland.
We've got a super chat for you. Got to read it.
Go on.
What's causing you more stress, Pandora or Maresca?
I think Maresca. I think Maresca. Don't get me wrong. Like, my daughter means that I'm basically nocturnal these days, but I think it's Maresca. Like, it's ridiculous. It really is. But do you know, there's this amazing moment in as a football fan that I don't think I've ever experienced. You know, like, I've been a football fan all my life. I kind of feel like I've been there and done everything, and I'm suddenly feeling this new emotion. Have you ever felt like this? It's a horrible feeling. It's so detached. But you know, in the past, there've been managers that I've been desperate to stay or desperate to go, and I cared, and I was angry or I was hurt, and it really mattered to me. Underway in the City Liverpool game, but for example, you know, when they sacked Jose Mourinho first time, I was heartbroken. I was down the ground, in fact. It really mattered to me. Yeah. You know, when they gave Rafael Benitez the job, I thought that was a disgrace. I hated him from the second that he got the job, and I still hate him now. Like, I thought that was out of order. Equally, they sacked Ancelotti in the tunnel at Goodison Park. Hated it. Similarly, wanted Sarri sacked within 6 months of getting a job, if not less. You know, with Maresca, it's got to the stage now, and I don't know if this is just because of the way that Clear Lake are running the club. I think he's a useless manager, and I'm not even sure if I want him sacked. That's the weirdest part. I've
Apathy.
never been apathy.
Yeah.
Apathy rather than anger. Almost a begrudging acceptance that Chelsea are not the club that we once were. I'm looking at it now kind of going, when we were good, we would have sacked. When we had standards, we would have sacked Maresca.
He'd be gone by now.
In fact, when we had standards, we would have never appointed Maresca. But it's got to the stage now where I think, what is the point in sacking him? That will be our 7th manager under this new ownership. 7 managers in 3 years.
You might
we
get
can't
a
keep
worse
churning
manager.
out. We might get a better one though. He's not a very good manager. That's the thing with Maresca. He's not very good.
But based on the organisational structure of your club, they might go out and get they might go and get a championship manager.
Yeah.
Who's doing well. For example.
Yeah, no, they almost definitely would.
Like they did with you last time, or someone from someone that isn't qualified to run Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean,
it could get worse.
This is it. It can get worse, but the problem is, I feel like it's going to get worse under Maresca. Like what I believe will happen. Like we've got 2 of the easiest games. We've got 2 of the easiest games in football. The next 2 games we play
Saints?
Southampton and Leicester at home.
If you don't get 6 points,
if we don't, so exactly right.
Even 4.
No, 4's a disaster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but 4's bad.
4's a disaster. But I genuinely think
you're stopping the Leicester City run, which is like 6 losses in a row.
I genuinely think that they might do something quite drastic. I genuinely think that they might do something quite drastic if we don't win those games. Like I saw that Jonathan Greenstein, who is on our board, who's actually a Tottenham fan, but he's on our board. He's a property developer, which makes me think that he's there to help Chelsea leave Stamford Bridge, which makes no other sense. But he's come out, despite being a Tottenham fan, and said Maresca is 100% safe, which feels like the dreaded vote of confidence from the board.
Is there anything like similar to Arsenal where he hasn't got the personnel to be getting the results against Villa and stuff like that?
There is an element of
just
that.
Defending him.
There is no. You're right. You're right to have the conversation.
Missing his striker.
There is an element to that, but then there's just so many things that he is personally getting wrong.
with a cross flicked into the box. Was attacked by a City player, not sure who, but flicked over by Virgil van Dijk. Gray, have you finished?
No, I've finished. I don't want to talk about him anyway. Don't like him.
We'll talk about
anything other than that. Let's talk about Becker.
Gray Win says, in addition to our chat that we had earlier about Odegaard, Madison has 14 goals, assists. Odegaard has 5 goals and assists.
Yeah, I know, but so what? So what?
I keep saying
you
that.
could argue
So
at a similar level.
So what? There was a season where Didier Drogba was outscored by fuck knows who. Like, so what?
Yeah.
Like, so what? It doesn't matter, does it? What are we learning here?
No, I agree with you. Danny Youssef says, Champions League, our classic final, biggest game in the world. I don't think my heart will take it, fellas. Who would you root for and why? If we had an El Clasico
Champions League.
in the Champions League.
I would
root for Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
No, El Clasico.
El Clasico, Barcelona, Real Madrid.
Oh, in the Champions League final?
Hypothetical final.
Oh, Barcelona.
Oh, why?
Would you?
Yeah, I prefer Barca to Real Madrid.
I think
Real Madrid are the establishment.
Man.
Real Madrid are run by the government.
I mean,
they're
if anybody's the establishment, surely it's the team that play in the Spotify arena.
They've sold their souls, no question. But they
pulling all them levers.
Their foundations are less establishment than Real Madrid.
Funded
by the Spanish taxpayer.
Foundations, absolutely. But in terms of what they represent, now, I feel like Barcelona have become almost the embodiment of modern football.
I love Barcelona.
I prefer
Qatar Airways, the Spotify arena.
Oh yeah, they're not like what they used to be.
If you take out Chelsea, what's your top 3 clubs? You don't have to be who the biggest or best, but
who would I play for?
Like, who do you like?
I always like to see. I like Italian clubs, which is like in a really generic sense. You know, if the hypothetical was AC Milan versus Real Madrid, I'd always want AC Milan to win.
Yeah,
I'd always kind of back the.
Well, City got space here.
Oh, good header by Van Dijk in his 6-yard box. City put some good early pressure on. Yeah, who would your 3 be?
Ajax, Sampdoria, Seville.
I like the Ajax shout.
Ajax,
really like that one.
Ajax, Sampdoria, Seville.
See, mine would be bit Glory Hunter side, but be Real, AC.
What? And Man United.
You can't say the
biggest.
And then you'd like David Beckham's career.
My third would be
Paris Saint-Germain and LA Galaxy.
Boca Juniors.
Yeah,
for going outside.
I don't know anything about them.
I just love
the stadium.
No, the Bombonera.
Everything is just fucking
Quilmas and all that. But I literally don't know anything. Do you know anything about them? Like, I don't know what they... every football club kind of represents something to its...
You'd be a millionaire over there with the hyperinflation, wouldn't you?
Oh, Millet?
Yeah, they're...
He was, I was watching CoffeeZilla this week, and he's been dragged into it.
Who?
Argentinian Millet. Is that his name?
Yeah, I think so.
Guy with sideburns.
He was doing some dodgy crypto deals, wasn't he?
I want to get
promoting
into
some
crypto.
crypto? No, you don't.
I really do.
You don't.
I really want to get into
don't.
crypto.
Careful.
Should we?
No, I'd be a great
Should we
crypto.
release a meme
Rory
coin?
coin.
I want to.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really want to make loads of money on
Club
crypto.
coin.
I want to be a crypto billionaire. How can I do that?
I
Can
think
anyone help me?
time's over for that.
No, I don't
It's
think
not
so.
over for that.
Unless you're rug pulling people.
What's
Rug
that
pull
mean?
is when you like basically promote a coin. You get in early, so you snipe it early, so you get the cheapest.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to
and
be
then
ahead of the curve.
everyone buys it.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
you
want to
sell
do.
it. But
Yeah,
then
that's what I want to do. Mate, buy for $1, sell for $2. Call me old-fashioned.
that's the plan. But you don't want to own that coin, babe.
I do.
Like, you don't want to run that coin.
Crypto's heartbreaking, man. When you drop 80%.
Are you a man on? Do you have a crypto account or whatever?
Wallet.
No comment.
So yes,
Yeah,
because otherwise it's
didn't.
no, right? Yeah. Okay, so you have a crypto account.
heartbreaking.
Are
When it
you a
drops
crypto
80%.
billionaire?
No, of course not. But when it drops 80% in 2 days.
Do football clubs have
Your crypto
are football
dropped
clubs
80% in 2
affiliated?
days.
Like,
If
is
you
there a
had any
Chelsea?
Bitcoin in the last couple of years, there was an 80% drop in 2 days when it in 2021.
Is there a crypto?
You need to get on the Rolls Royce
football
shares, man.
thing?
Uh,
Like, do Chelsea have a crypto account?
it'll get to the point where the bank accounts for Chelsea and the big clubs, they'll put a percentage of their savings and all the big companies in crypto. That'll happen.
Is that
That's
right?
happening more and more.
Is that right?
Institutional investors in Bitcoin.
Can you buy
So was
stuff
there
on crypto?
bombastic coin?
Bombastic biblical stinker coin.
Lee Gunner coin? I'd buy that.
If I
I would.
bought a coin out, how do I make money on it? So
That's what by doing what I told you, which is a rug pull, which is illegal.
is it a real tangible?
No, you can't hold
No,
it.
Can't hold it.
It's
Don't really trust things that don't exist.
Bonnie Blue coin. That will defo go down,
It's
though,
been
innit?
6 minutes. of the game.
No. Do you know I'm not talking about that ever again?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I've decided I'm not.
I'm not.
Did you
I'd
remember the
rather
hot
talk-
tour girl?
I'd rather talk about
Remember
anything.
her?
Yes, I
Hayley
do.
Welsh. She released a coin around Christmas.
Wise girl.
Rug
No,
pulled
she's
it,
going to get done by the FBI.
and then she's disappeared.
The FBI.
yeah,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
she's broken
So-
federal law,
Yeah, it's a federal.
Why?
It's fraud.
theoretically speaking. Fraud
Fraud.
and stuff.
You
Fraud.
can't send the FBI.
There's a guy.
to
There's a
her.
guy
I
doing
don't know what-
37 years in prison. He's in Diddy's cell, I think. Sam
Puff Diddy.
Bankman-Fried. He's in the same prison
Puff
as Diddy.
Diddy.
Yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried.
Yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried's in there, innit? Again,
defrauded 27 billion quid, I think.
Yeah.
Something
Billion?
Like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
He was a billionaire.
proper
He's on the
little
front of
nerd,
Forbes.
but he smashed it.
Well,
Proper
not really.
smashed.
He's in prison.
It's Wolf of Wall Street. Have you seen that?
But you know what?
It's like
Yeah,
that for crypto.
if you could do something like that,
Yeah,
and
no, I
you can
remember a geezer
hide-
called Nick Leeson.
you can hide.
Do you remember him?
You can hide
Nick
100
Leeson.
mil. Would you do 20 years?
No, of course I won't
Oh,
do
for
20 years. It's my
You can
fucking
hide
life.
100 mil.
No. No, do you remember Nick Leeson who bought down Barings Bank? Little
what
nerd out of South London. There was a bank that was bought down like in the 90s called Barings Bank. And the fella that did it was just like, did it from his bedroom.
Makes-
Nick Leeson. He ended up in Celebrity Big Brother.
Wow.
You know the bit that I don't get is how. Do you understand all that stuff?
Yeah,
Crypto?
massively well.
I know you don't. I'm not asking you.
Not massively. I don't think
You know when
anyone
they
does
say
massively.
people mine Bitcoin,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what does that mean?
That's
It
just
means
computers
mining.
computers breaking down code with their computer.
But then where
power.
does that come from? Do you get what I mean?
It comes from
The Bitcoin is the algorithm
ChatGPT.
itself. So you're cracking a code. It's like cracking a code.
Yeah.
Basically.
But then you're just making up Bitcoin.
Your
out of
computer is
nowhere.
cracking the code at a very slow rate.
Or fast rate if it's mine.
Your
Rory and his
computer
new
would
phone are
explode.
unstoppable.
Yeah,
now.
mate.
computer would explode.
What?
It would
Check it out.
explode. Is that a new phone?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I don't need to charge
What
it.
have you done?
for
See, what you
fucking
got? You
days.
got shit on your case.
Yeah, I know. It's got paint. I went to do pottery making with my kid. She's got a load of paint on it.
Okay, now.
Like that's why you put it in a case, though. You know, the creator of the case rests easy in his grave.
Adam asks, is a match happening? Yeah, it is. It's still 0-0, 9 minutes in. We're just talking about other
Mate,
subjects.
what do you want from us?
Are you Mick McCarthy in disguise?
Yeah, what do you want from us?
I feel like I'm watching a podcast. That's the whole point.
I'm
innit?
glad we're not 1-0 down.
Don't worry,
We're
guys.
doing
You can chat
fantastic.
to us. You can let us know what you think and
He
put your
hates us.
questions in if you want to redirect.
Why does
the
he
chat.
hate us?
I don't think Rory understood it's a scam. Yeah, you didn't get. You know what I was explaining to you, sniping coins. You were like, "Yeah, that's what I want to do." yeah. That sounds good. Sign me up.
Yeah, I don't want to get the FBI on my case. It's the last thing I need. What, would you want them on your case, mate?
No, definitely not.
Hmm.
Oh, fuck you know.
How do you think this game goes, Rory?
I think Liverpool win the game 2-0. Liverpool will weather the storm. City will ask a few questions. Arne Slot will put his stamp on the game and it will end 2-0 to Liverpool.
I agree, but they do look leggy. That's the only thing I sort of disagree with you about is can they get their foot on the ball in the final 20, 30 minutes away from home?
The thing is with this City team, we've seen them like capitulate.
Real Madrid was bad, man.
But
Real
no,
Madrid
it's
was
just complete capitulation too often, Booth. Like, you know, various points. Like, let's use the Champions League. You brought it up, right? Let's use that as an example. Juventus, bad. Feyenoord, wasn't it? Paris Saint-Germain.
Oh, yeah.
There's someone else.
I forgot about Juve. Why'd you have to bring that up? I forgot about that one as well.
Yeah, Juve was terrible.
PSG was bad.
PSG was terrible.
I forgot about Juve.
Feyenoord was possibly
At least
the
they
worst.
got banged out of the Champions
Manchester
League.
United beat you in the last minute. You know?
Yeah, that doesn't count. It's a derby.
It kind of
That doesn't count.
We are class.
Anything can happen. Benjani did the double over these lot.
Oh, if that had
Oh,
made it
Foden was very
through.
clever there, you know.
Tried to let it go.
Yeah. Kanate did well. Was that Kanate? I think so.
Oh,
These lot are vulnerable, man. These lot are vulnerable, man.
Change of the body.
Lose
That
your
was-
body.
Look at this.
Well done.
Move your body,
Trent,
girl.
your body,
girl. Hey, the fellas go.
Where they gone? Nina Sky.
No idea.
Was that Nina Sky?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
No, so shit. It's De
Fucking
Bruyne.
hell, De
Jesus
Bruyne.
Christ. I would have played that, but like, come on, mate. You're meant to be the best ball player midfielder in the world.
Here we go,
over
Salah.
now.
On
No,
the run.
Ake.
He's
Oh, we're
left
fucked.
Oh,
Ake.
sugar.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell.
we're
Salah's
fucked.
in.
Ake.
Good cover from the City
He did
defenders,
well,
and
Ake,
Ake
to
did
get back in
recover.
fairness. But my God, Salah left him for dust. Didn't see his arse for dust.
Didn't see his
Didn't see his arse for dust. He was gone, Salah. And Nathan Ake is no slouch, you know.
No, he's no slouch, mate.
He is no slouch.
No slouch.
Someone called Madison cold brew coffee said, "What do we think of cold brew coffee? Is that just an iced coffee?"
Yeah,
No,
cold
it's
brew
a different,
coffee.
It's a different strain, and it's a different.
Different strain.
It's strained in a different way.
Strain stations.
What's it? How do you strain coffee? Or filter. It's filtered
not.
different.
I'm part of Strain Hunters, actually.
Strain stations. Kensal Raya's finest.
Different filter.
Archibald
Class name.
says, "Favorite kit in your club's history? Love from the States."
I love the Lecoq Sportif ones, and they've gone out of business.
Yeah, we had them.
They've gone out of business.
We had
now.
Lecoq Sportif.
Last month. They
Pat
finished.
Nevin and that.
Pat
Have they
Nevin.
gone?
Diaz
Lecoq
in the
Sportif?
box.
That's horrible. Actually gone.
Yeah.
If you were a billionaire, would you buy the brand? Try and resuscitate it.
Not Lecoq
Lecoq
Sportif.
Sportif.
No.
But look how New Balance made a comeback.
Yeah.
I like New Balance.
Now New Balance everywhere.
Lecoq Sportif was like big as well.
Good
The
material.
French kit. You know when it was
Oh,
like
yeah,
Jean-Pierre Papin and
yeah.
Cantona and that.
Yeah, thick material. It was a good kit, man.
Good
Especially
trainers.
with,
Used to
like,
do
how
nice
much
trainers,
money
nice
all these-
tennis, nice tennis trainers.
That
Especially
ball is so good in it. It just makes it look like real football again.
my
That is the
favorite
right
kit would
football
be,
for this fucking league.
you know, the one, you know, in 98-99 season, our European kit, where it had like the crest around the back.
Did it have? Could you see the stadium like emblazoned?
No, that was 95, 96.
Oh, it's a goal,
1-0 to
1-0.
Liverpool.
Salah. Who else?
But did it deflect off? Did
Do you know how
someone
many
stick
Salah
a
He
foot?
goal?
scored so
Mate,
many goals
do-
against us. You
do-
wouldn't
do
believe
you know?
it.
Do you know it's so bad to concede a goal that is like straight off the training ground? Like played it. Oh look, they go.
It's just over,
They know
isn't
they're
it?
winning it, don't they?
It's just over.
I think that's more than Gerrard now for goals against Man City. I think it's the highest ever for a Liverpool player. I think
Was Gerrard very good at scoring?
Gerrard had loads of. He has about 10 assists against us, which is still above Salah. But I think Salah might have equaled it now. I think it's 18
although
goal
Gerrard
involvement
would have
against
been playing against far worse Man City
Oh yeah,
teams
yeah,
than
yeah.
Salah.
But then you're
wouldn't
doing it from midfield. It's a different thing as well.
he? Yeah,
but,
true.
but yeah, I think it's 18 goal involvements against Man City since he's come to Liverpool, which is like
Yeah, he turns up.
some players don't get 18
Look,
in the
this
Premier
is
League.
straight off the training
Look
ground.
at this, little flick
cut
backwards.
back.
Like, it came off Ake, didn't it?
Yeah.
I knew I was going in.
It's undoubtedly Salah's goal.
I told you it'd be 3-0 Liverpool, didn't I? I
I
told
know.
you.
Did Ake take it away from the keeper? It's
Is it
Salah's goal.
No, yes, Ake.
Keeper
It's
saves
definitely,
it, you know.
definitely Salah's goal.
I
But
don't know if he does, mate, to be honest.
It's going. It looks like he's going straight at the keeper before Ake puts his leg out.
So fucking shit this season, innit? I can't wait to forget about it.
yeah, and at least you're gonna.
What's that movie where the guy forgets his ex-girlfriend? Eternal Sunshine of the
Sunshine of the
Spotless
Spotless Mind.
Mind.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to forget about this season.
Yeah.
Like it never happened.
When you say forget, how did he forget? Like Men in Black style?
No, in that one he takes
Jim Carrey,
he
wasn't
takes a drug to forget his ex-girlfriend, and then her it's Kate Winslet, I think, is the girlfriend, and he's slowly forgetting everything they did and stuff.
She's off a rocker.
Why is that?
What, in the film or in
Christopher Rocker.
general?
In life?
Yeah.
Kate Winslet. Is that
God, Titanic. She had space on that wooden
yeah,
float,
I know.
mate.
She's a rat for that.
She's fucking Leo DiCaprio.
I saw somebody put.
Yeah.
I saw somebody put on social media. Can you imagine how much of a Jezebel you have to be with your family at 90, still thinking about the geezer that you were romping
Yeah, I
on?
saw that tweet. I saw that tweet. God. 90 years old.
90 years old, thinking about the.
I bet that happens, though. I bet that happens.
90 years old, sitting there with her grandkids, just thinking about
Some random guy.
that she shagged
spent
in a-
6
in a
hours with.
car
Oh,
on a boat.
Jesus.
Remember that scene on the boat, on the car, in the car on the boat.
Yeah, it was a mad
Can I
film.
tell a secret? I've never watched Titanic.
You know what happens, don't you? Why would
I know
you?
what happens. I've watched documentaries about Titanic. And weirdly, I watched this video on YouTube, which is a recreation of how the Titanic would have went down.
Would have just
Well, it's pretty obvious
Like,
to put it that way.
mate.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
down.
It's like, you
Oh, it
watch it
tipped
like
up, didn't it?
going like,
Yeah, it has
it's
to
quite
sink.
mad.
Yeah. Do you remember those people that got into some little like torpedo boat to go and visit?
Submarine.
Oh, God.
Do you remember?
What was it called again?
It's called I don't know. Some weird voyage that you could pay about £250 million.
I watched so many videos about this.
Yeah.
Sad, isn't it?
You could pay like 250 grand to go and
And he had a little fucking
he's
PS5
sitting there like that, and
controller.
he's got a Nokia 3210 like that, trying to. You're going, hang on a minute, I'm not sure this is this right?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, infrared.
There's a cook on board.
Ocean Gate.
Ocean Gate. Fucking hell. There was a cook on board Titanic. He drank all the whiskey because he just thought he was going to die, and it kept him alive. I think I've told you this already on the stream.
No, wait.
No, you've never
That's
told me that.
interesting.
I've told you this on the stream. Someone on
No,
the
I've
stream.
never heard this. Tell me.
He drank so much whiskey because he thought he was going to die.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it, I'm going to drink all the whiskey. It opened up all his blood vessels because you know when you get pissed, you get red face and all that. It kept him warm long enough for him to survive. Seriously.
That's fantastic.
Crazy.
See, that's
Drank all
why
the
you
whiskey.
binge drink.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, that right.
I don't know if it's an advert for drinking.
Well, if you're ever on a boat
necessarily the advert for
You know, if you're on
drinking,
a plane, right, and you got your duty freeze in the locker,
but- Yeah.
and
and it goes down into the water, grab your duty freeze,
Why?
drink up.
because if you end up in the
Oh,
water
that,
floating,
right. I didn't.
dilate
Bottle
those
of
blood
rum to
vessels.
warm the
I thought you
tum,
meant it was
innit?
landed on land. I was like, what's the difference if
No.
you smash into the...
Mate,
into
have you
the
seen
thing?
these planes these days?
Yeah. I don't
Seen the
trust
one
them
that
anymore.
bounced upside down?
I don't trust them anymore. I'm getting
going on?
trains everywhere.
Yeah, I'm adopting the Dennis Bergkamp philosophy.
So, not.
Or getting on them.
They need to bring Concorde back, man. We went downhill after Concorde, didn't they? That was a sad,
Mad fast.
sad, isn't it?
Nylon.
They've built one that's a private jet Concorde, private Concorde.
It's a bit dangerous though. Do you remember how noisy it
It's
was?
smashed in France, isn't it?
Yeah.
Broke in France.
Yeah, Paris.
You know, they're all in Bristol. All
Are
the old ones, yeah. It was built in Bristol. God, imagine that. New York in 3 hours, then back.
That'd be a dream, innit?
These fight DJs out there. So
New York's-
Friday, you go out, DJ, come back, be ready for Saturday night in London.
New York's 8 hours.
6
hours now.
7, 8 hours.
Six, no?
Seven one way,
Six
eight
back.
the other.
Yeah.
No, Florida's 8. You can do it a bit cheap. You can do it a bit quicker, can't you?
What about the wind? I think it's the wind as well, isn't it? Depends if it's...
Who knows?
Fucking hell.
Mate, this game is
This
dead
game's
already.
dull, man. Tell me about something interesting, Buvey. What's been going on? Smoking, drinking? What you been doing?
No.
Smoking, drinking.
What you been doing?
No, I went out on Friday night, but
Where'd you
I'm
go?
not Bermondsey, but I'm
Anywhere
not. I'm
good?
not going out. My days of going out are slowly getting numbered.
Are they?
Yeah, I can't do it anymore.
Have you had that moment yet when you, like, I still go out for special occasions, like, someone's birthday or whatever,
Yeah,
but that general
heavy night. I
every
can't do
night
it
on a weekend is over for
I
me.
can't do it
But
anymore.
I remember when it stopped. I went out one night
What is that number age? I'm interested. Is it late
I
20s?
don't think it's that. I think it's when you look around and
you
everyone's
just,
younger than
I'm
you.
done.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I noticed. I was like,
I don't think it.
Or you just don't fit in. You just
Yeah.
feel like, this ain't me, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's got a lot to do with your situation in life. Like if all of my mates that are married don't still go out, and all of my mates that aren't married do still go.
You'll go out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doku.
Oh,
Noosh.
fucking hell.
Have you given any thought to selling merch from the club? Would love to order a mug from the club just for Buvey.
With
to put
Buvey's
up
head
my
on it.
Doorstep.
Should we do
Some guy in the office down there sent me some mince pies, and it says, and they've scribbled out the mince.
From where?
And it's humble pie. They've written humble in felt
from
tip.
what office?
Some random office next door to us.
Proper Arsenal fan band.
Yeah, I'll show it at half time. They sent me some
How
humble.
did they leave it to you? How did they
addressed it to Elliot, and they were like, for Buvey, because they must have known I work here or whatever. And then they've written humble pie, and it's been sat at Elliot's desk for 5 weeks.
Who's
it must be the
responsible
Arsenal game.
for that, Will?
Post Arsenal game.
That's so funny.
It's from a small company
Also,
next door.
those mince pies are from Christmas.
Yeah, I think they made
Yeah. They just found them in the cupboard, didn't they? Yeah.
I'll bring them on that half time. I'm not going to eat them because I fucking hate mince pies.
No, mince pies are great, but I'm not eating them in any other month other than December.
No.
That is proper Arsenal fan banter, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like
humble pie.
and then they
Also,
lose to West
if
Ham next
anyone's-
week.
If anyone's, they can't be throwing the word humble around, can they? At the moment,
No.
They proved Haaland right. Do you know what I was mad about? Like,
kind of.
oh,
You
they're
have
humble,
to
stay
be like
humble,
that when
stay-
you win at least one title. Like one title.
Although Haaland got it wrong as well. Haaland shouldn't be talking to the manager of the opposition like that, and he certainly shouldn't be talking to.
The humble thing was to the kid. I think the kid, he was mouthy.
No,
I mean,
but
we
you
didn't know who
can't-
Skelly was at that point.
No, he did though, didn't he? That's the thing. You know, it's a very disrespectful thing to do to somebody to go, "Who are you?" Like when you know full well who you are.
I don't think he would have known who Skelly was.
No, but surely
I don't know who Skelly was.
Erling Haaland plays for one of the most meticulous managers to have ever graced the game, and Erling Haaland himself is a true professional. He would have done his research on everyone in the Arsenal squad.
He wouldn't have been able to put a name to a face. He would have said, Skelly's on the bench, he's a left back. That's about as far as it goes, I think, in terms of analysis about
Do you not
Skelly.
think it's more
No one-
meticulous than that? He's a
Not for
left back.
Skelly.
For example, he's a left back who is right-footed, so maybe you use that to your advantage. It's good for them to know things.
I think there's a good chance Haaland had no idea who he was, honestly. I know you're probably right in thinking he probably should have, but I don't think he did.
he knew, and was just being incredibly disrespectful by going, "I have no idea who this bloke is."
I think there's levels. If it was a kid going up to Roy Keane, Frank Lampard, do you know what I mean? Like Haaland's in that, he's approaching that kind of category already. As not a legend in the same way as what I've just said, but he's right up. He's a modern great of football. You can't be going up to him in that way. It was a bit ridiculous. It was 2-2 draw.
That's
2-2 draw.
That's interesting. Yeah,
Come
the
on.
fact that they did it off a draw was probably
2-2
slight.
draw, and did it take him above City at the time? I don't know if it even did.
No, I
City
don't
were
think
top
it
of the
did.
table.
No, I don't think it
It's
did.
like, come on.
That's a shit.
That's
I
the
hate
difference. See that corner compared to Liverpool's corner. Liverpool's corner was like full of ingenuity, really well worked, clever corner that ultimately resulted in a goal. Geezers don't beat the first post in a Man City shirt.
No.
Yeah, you're
It's one of my pet peeves. That
you're so lacking. Mate, you can't be serious.
Say anything.
Yeah, you can't be serious.
No,
I've
my
only
mooch
seen
has
Harry
been
Kane
on and
score
off.
from there.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That was even
That
tighter
is Kane
angle.
range, isn't it?
That was a tighter angle than this.
That is
That
Kane.
finish was incredible.
That is Kane range.
Look at that, straight to keeper, man. Fuck you know. Yeah, I want City to spend 200 million quid in the summer and spend more money. You know, why not?
You need to. You're like us.
300 million
Oh,
quid.
I find it so.
Trouble
I find
slide.
it so wrong. Oh, look at this. They're
Wrong.
overloading.
Diaz.
Oh,
Heavy
from
touch.
Diaz.
He's been
You don't
bad last
expect
few
that.
weeks.
Good player, man.
He's been a little bit off it last few weeks.
Such a good player, though. Such a
We're
good
halfway through the first half. 1-0 Liverpool.
player. Yeah, heavy
A
touch.
man. Fuck you know. The ball is so good. I've said it already, but the ball is
Rico's
so
gone
good.
by so far. Rico Lewis.
I find talking about the football similar to talking about the refs.
You don't think it just makes the game look better when someone bangs in a goal with that?
Not sure. I don't know.
The
If I,
Mitre
you know, like-
Automax.
I like the Jubilani.
Is that the from 2002?
No,
Yeah.
that's 20.
No, that's yours
Giuliani.
from South
No,
Africa.
Jubilani, South
The
Africa.
Fever Nova's from 2002.
Yeah.
That's
The next
beautiful.
ball's Puma. It's gonna be grim.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Puma ball.
Again, see, I can't get animated over this.
But
Is
don't
that good
balls
or
give
bad?
you nostalgia?
Yeah, I like
when you were
Umbro.
playing
I
as a
mean,
kid or whatever, it was
Umbro would be my
Umbro ball.
Umbro would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
my
yeah.
go-to.
it has to be
Umbro
Mitre.
Speciale boots, Mitre. Mitre do the FA Cup, don't they?
Yeah,
but
Mitre, yeah.
Mitre did the early Premier League balls.
Yeah, and they do the FA Cup still. Dennis Wise used to play in high town. I met Dennis Wise yesterday,
So what was that about?
mate.
How'd you meet him?
It was at a train station. I couldn't believe, mate. I couldn't believe it.
What, on your way
froze.
to work or
I-
doing something?
Yeah, I was on my way to work.
Wow.
I just got walked down the stairs at the platform.
How did the whole?
The geezer was
Can
just
I ask
there.
what station out of interest? Is it Central London?
and I was just there, St John's Wood.
Wow.
And I was just there, and he was there, and I was like, oh my God.
Did you debate asking for a photo?
I
There's
did
no-
have a photo.
Yeah, but did you debate if you should
No,
go
not
up?
with, no, not with him. No,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, no.
But you know what I mean? Some people are a bit like, oh, just leave
The
them
only
to
reason
it.
I might have not was because I was so starstruck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was like such a big deal to me.
I'm
but-
gassed for you, man. I thought you'd already met him. That's why I didn't.
No,
didn't
no.
really-
I met him when I was like 7.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Amazing.
no, I was,
What did he say?
I
Say
was
anything,
so happy.
or-
Really nice. Really,
Yeah,
really nice. Yeah, like totally, bit of a chat about Chelsea and on his way. Couldn't believe it.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
you
I
still
was-
at Como?
Did he know who you were?
No, of course not. Of course
It's
not.
possible.
You would have seen.
I put
You
something
would have
up.
seen your clip somewhere.
I put something up, right, where I went, like, one of the best days of my life. And someone replied, I wonder if Dennis would agree. I was like, well, obviously he wouldn't. He's my hero. I'm not like, of course he don't agree. He won't probably remember it now. Like, what are you on about? Would he agree? No, of course he massively doesn't. But no, I was very,
I seen a comedian
Very
in
happy.
town today. I'm trying to, you know him. I think it's not in town at Euston Station. You know Paul Whitehouse.
Oh no, Paul. Yeah,
Walked past
fast
him
show, isn't
today.
he?
Yeah, I walked past him
He's,
today.
he was in.
And I was like,
I did the fast show with him.
Paul White, he's
I know
from
that
that
play.
play.
I know that face.
He's
I know that
playing
face.
Grandad in Only Fools and
Yeah,
Horses.
When I
saw that,
clocked
yeah.
it, he had gone. Like,
Yeah, he's playing Grandad in Only Fools and Horses at the moment. He was a genius at that comedy scene though. When in the 90s, very involved with Harry Enfield. Obviously, the Fast Show was his baby. Him and Charlie Higson.
I love Bob Mortimer. I do.
He does a fishing show
Yeah, I saw
Yeah, I
that.
watched bits of that.
with
yeah.
Paul Whitehouse. In fact,
Yeah. I watched it.
I thought I was getting old watching that. I thought, what am I doing watching
No, but
this?
sometimes those shows they can be quite addictive. Like, have you ever seen any of Clarkson's Farm?
Yeah, I've seen a bit of
Clarkson
that. Yeah,
Farms,
yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely
Jeremy
brilliant.
Clarkson's one of them people. Can't stand him, but anything he makes,
He's good.
I'm there, front row, watching it.
I want to go. I want to go to Diddley Squat.
Yeah, have you heard about the queues and like that?
I really want to go there, man.
People were going mad because he was selling a pork pie for like £2
But
grand.
do you know what? Now I'm basically nocturnal. I've got so much time on my hands that I can watch so much TV.
Yeah. You start Severance, you'd love it, mate.
Really?
Yeah, if you're in that period of your life where you've just got to watch whatever,
Yeah, you just got.
you're a little bit less picky.
I'm watching The Penguin.
Severance.
Did you
Can you
finish
believe
it? Have you finished it?
No, I haven't finished it. I'm about 6 in though. I'm quite enjoying it.
Isn't it only 6?
I reckon I'm right one away from the end, whatever it is.
So good.
Yeah, she's just
She's unreal.
she's
in
mounting
it.
the troops.
She's amazing. In
Very
it.
good looking.
Yeah, she's an unreal actress as well.
Very good looking.
And I think Colin Farrell's just the bollocks in that as well.
Yeah, I like
well
the gangster. I think he plays it really well. You know.
Yeah.
Rex, I think.
Yeah,
Rex.
Rex. Yeah.
The
When
mum's
does the
a good
season
actress.
end? I can't wait for the season to end, really.
What,
No
have you got
tournament
anything
football.
to play for?
FA Cup. Plymouth at home. They're going to survive, by the way. They keep picking up points. I think they drew with Millwall on the weekend.
Mate, have you seen what Super Frank Lampard has done?
Yeah.
Have you
Playoff
seen?
contenders.
Mate, he took them over. They were 2 points above
Yeah, it's
relegation. They're
incredible.
1 point off
Incredible.
playoffs.
I think for now, that's his level. I think
Well,
he's
they
a
won
good
8
championship
in a row.
manager.
7 in a row.
Yeah, he's a good championship manager.
Yeah. Yeah, for now.
He's a good
Obviously, he's
manager.
developing.
Okay.
And people
do-
respect him at that level as well.
But do you know what, Boo? It just makes me so happy. You know, when, like, basically, most players that get to the position that Frank Lampard was in as a player, they dip their toe in management. They have a go, most of them. Invariably, it doesn't work out first time. And the majority go, I'm not going to do that. I can earn so much more money telling you that the left back is out of position on Sky.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm going to focus on. It's way easier. It's way better paid, way less pressure, way better for my family life.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to bother. The diligence and the determination to prove people wrong and get to the very top, I just think it's so admirable. Like, we've
Yeah.
seen it in Rooney. I'm sure Rooney
It wasn't
will be
an
back.
easy job either. It's Coventry a
Wasn't an
big
easy
club,
job.
but Mark Robbins had been there for what?
Yeah,
10
exactly.
years? What's
Russell
that, 8
said
years?
that. He said the reason he didn't take money to go Saudi was, I want to be a proper manager. I want to
Yeah.
build a career in management.
yeah.
And if you go over there,
I just
I've always been a bit harsh on him because it winds you up a little bit, but he hasn't got the worst record in the world.
Rooney,
I could confidently
Rooney
say
or Lampard?
Lampard.
Yeah.
Of course, Derby's look. If it's out of 10, Derby's 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Chelsea 1 is 6 out of 10.
No,
7 out of
Chelsea
10.
won. Chelsea won.
7,
Buvey took the youth team into the Champions League and the FA Cup final.
7.5,
I think it's.
8.
Hang on a minute, mate. I think that first season at Chelsea,
It's not a 9.
he took. We had a transfer ban.
Yeah.
We lost Eden Hazard. We ended up having to promote Reece James, Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham,
Yeah.
and he got us into top 4 and the FA Cup final.
So an 8. Let's give it
yeah,
an 8.
an 8 at least.
Everton 1. No, Everton.
Everton. Do you know what's quite weird
Five.
about him?
Real
though?
poor
There's something
4.
weird about every single club that he's managed. The fans love him. Like, he's very good at
Oh, he's
building
a likable guy.
very good
more
at
than
building a
likeable.
rapport as well.
Yeah, of
Everton
course.
fans love him. Chelsea fans obviously
Chelsea
idolise
too
him.
was a
that
3.
Stop Crying Your Heart Out era was good.
Yeah, when
Derby,
he won as well.
giving it over Leeds.
Won. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good,
yeah.
that. At Ellen Road.
Yeah, he won.
I liked it when he gave it to Klopp. I like that in COVID.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You could hear what you're
Give
saying.
it a big un. Give it
Yeah,
a big un.
because
You
you
won
got-
one Premier League.
He'll have an ego. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's some player.
Mm.
Like,
He's got an ego
he'll still carry that in with him into management.
But
like,
he's
who the
kind of.
fuck you talking
He's hit
to?
you in.
My
Oh,
get in
what a good
there!
goal.
offside.
Nah,
The
don't
ref
say
put his arm
that.
up. The refs put his arm up.
Offside.
Lampard is crap. Get over it. Now we've given him there's an 8, there's a 7, there's an 8, there's a 6, there's a 3. He's about a 6 out of 10 at the moment. I'd say he averages.
Doing really well at Coventry.
Marmoush has got to do
What's
better
that?
there.
Doing
lad.
really well
Lad,
at Coventry.
At the moment,
yeah,
it's-
Marmoush
it's
can't be
just-
offside.
got to be
He's
doing
looking along the
better.
line.
You've
He's got the
one
same
player
finish.
you need
Great
He's got the
finish.
same view as the linesman, and he's gone offside. Ridiculous. Yeah, really poor. Really poor from Marmoush. Really poor. Great finish, but you just can't be offside in that.
You know who
situation.
he looks like? With that little muchy beard.
Who's that?
He looks like Jafar From Aladdin? With the little box.
The Disney movie, I've not seen it.
Yes, you fucking.
I've not seen
I've
Aladdin.
not seen it.
You both have.
No.
I've not seen
I've
Aladdin.
not seen it, mate.
I know what happens. There's a flying carpet.
That's what happens.
Don't they escape on a flying carpet?
So what happens is Aladdin comes.
And Will
back
Smith's a genie.
No. Forget the Will
No,
Smith era.
Robin
Smith.
Williams, man.
Robin Williams,
Williams,
man.
right.
Robin Williams.
There's different versions.
No.
Come on, Pep, mate. Come on, man.
Can't cancel me. We're both brown, bruv. Brown on brown violence.
Come on, man.
He looks like Jafar.
Um,
Maybe his beard just reminds me of Jafar. Proper squared off. What's going on here?
Jesus.
Drinks break.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. Just another loss, isn't it? It's just so bad. So bad.
Can see why you like never went with me now.
About what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, the championship's interesting this
Championship's
season.
really interesting. It's
Burnley,
I think the Sheffield United and that are going to go.
Yeah,
right?
Burnley have kept so many clean sheets.
Sheffield
It's
United and
crazy.
Leeds. Yeah, but they can't score any goals.
No, but they had the lad from Sporting Lisbon. They've signed him. Edwards. What's his first name?
Yeah. Who was at Tottenham?
so bad.
Marcus.
He was at Tottenham.
Yeah, Marcus Edwards.
He was at Tottenham.
scored an
yeah.
unbelievable goal.
Yeah.
But the relegation, have you seen it? So John Eustace has gone from Blackburn. Obviously,
Yeah.
really scandalous. Derby still haven't won. They lost on the weekend, I think, as well. Luton Town, bottom of the championship. This time last season, they beat Brighton.
Well, it was them.
4-0.
It was them and Forest to go down. Do you remember? And look at the difference of the trajectories.
Crazy.
It's
They got unlucky with Tom Lockyer and his heart condition. That was
Yeah.
really bad, and people haven't really talked about it. But they could get relegated, Luton Town.
yeah.
Plymouth could stay up after
I hope they
everything.
do.
It's a great division, isn't it?
Let's
The
be
Champions
fully
League.
League.
Great division.
They're thinking of
Who do you
bringing
think comes
VAR.
up then? So Sheffield United, Leeds,
Bristol City.
are Bristol knocking on the door for the playoffs?
Not really. Drew to Cardiff last weekend, and that was poor.
Portsmouth
Fucking
beat QPR
poor.
yesterday, thank God.
No, it won't be Bristol. It's never Bristol City. But I don't know.
I'm going Coventry.
Burnley, Sheffield United, and
Coventry.
I don't know.
Coventry. They're going to do it.
I don't know. I'd like Blackburn to have a run. I think they've been in some real bad
They
situations.
were in a good. Yeah, they were looking good at one point, weren't they?
Sunderland would be good for the Premier League.
Sunderland would be great for the Premier
Joe
League.
Bellingham in the Premier League could be cool, but he'd probably get
poached.
picked off, wouldn't he? Not West Brom. No, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, Leeds. We didn't say Leeds, did we? No, we said Leeds, Burnley, and Sheffield United. It's going to be them three, innit? Leeds going up.
Coventry.
I don't want Sheffield United.
No, I think they should get vetoed. I think there's a veto for them to get promoted. I don't. Norwich City back in the league for 2 years. Sheffield
We
United.
don't want Norwich City.
No Norwich City.
No.
Who get Southampton aren't allowed back in until
Leeds,
2028.
Sunderland, Blackburn. That'd be the perfect three.
Coventry. It's got to be Coventry. You're meant to be from the Midlands.
Fuck
Come on, bit of
Coventry.
loyalty,
Coventry stinks.
mate. Coventry. You've got the specials. You've got the specials. What else have you got?
Coventry.
Guz Khan.
Guz Khan. The specials is anything from Coventry apart from that.
That's it.
Nah, the Rico Arena.
Ghost Town. What a tune. That was written about Coventry.
Was it?
Yeah. You know this
It makes
town.
a lot of sense now. Yeah, it makes a lot of
Coming
sense.
like a ghost town.
His story was crazy, wasn't it?
Oh, the club.
Is he the guy that they got kidnapped to France?
Oh.
What's his name?
We got a super chat.
He died
which means
recently.
Yeah.
Got to read it
Sad
out.
story of his life, man.
Terry.
Buvey.
Mm.
Could you punch up Specs?
Oh, for God's sake! What? Come on, man.
Specs.
Is it God's sake, man, because you could?
Huh?
Is it because it'd be light work or?
No, I'm not. I don't threaten physical violence. I don't know.
You don't have to threaten it. You
I've
just
got
ask
nothing to
if
say
you could.
about. What have I got to say about people like that?
Gotta read it out. We don't. Do you want Millwall up, Raw?
Moo.
I mean, they're never going to make. Well, ooh, actually, stranger things have happened. They're only 6 points after playoffs.
Millwall, fucking hell.
Moo. They say our days are numbered. We're not famous anymore. South London rules the country like we've always done before. Oh, it would be quite good if they came up on some level.
STI for Coventry. Who's STI?
Oh, what?
Don't know.
They've got what?
What's STI?
Sexual transmitted infections.
No.
There must be a band called
What's
STI.
Coventry? What's Coventry? Coventry's famous for the specials. Guz Khan.
There must be someone
I
bigger.
love how
than
you're
Special.
sticking to the Gus Khan one.
Is there anything else?
Dion Dublin, is he from Coventry?
Dion
Richard
Dublin's
Shaw.
not from Coventry.
He is.
Richard Shaw's not from Coventry. Richard Shaw played for Coventry when I was a kid. Yeah. Stephen Grizovic. Famous for Steve Grizovic.
Robbie Keane.
Is Steve Grizovic from Coventry? I don't even know. Gordon Strachan.
Gordon Strachan's very Coventry. I know he's like
Gordon Strachan.
you think of Coventry.
Player manager.
I
David
love Gordon
Boost.
Strachan. He's so good. He's
Yeah,
very
good
funny
player. He's a brilliant player. Won the league with Leeds, didn't he?
Yeah. Then we signed him, innit? Did he win it with Leeds?
Played for Fergie, didn't he? For Aberdeen.
Yeah.
Aberdeen and United.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, what a long season, man. Still got 3 months of this.
I'm sick of the season.
I'm sick of this
Just
season.
fast forward to Bilbao and let me know. If
I hate
United
this
are there or
season. I hate it.
I couldn't believe what happened.
James Madison's from Coventry.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's from Leicester.
not. All right, now you hate Coventry, right?
I don't really like him. I think he's overrated.
Lady Godiva.
He's majorly overrated.
Lady Godiva.
Lady Godiva's.
She's French, isn't she?
It's a fiver. Coventry. Who knows?
Pete Waterman. No, he's from Walsall.
Pete Waterman is not from
I
Coventry.
saw him at a Walsall game once.
Doesn't mean he's from
Ridiculous
Warsaw.
knowledge from you. Pete Waterman. Everyone went, "Who's Pete Waterman?" And you went, "He's not from there."
He's the one.
Oh, I know who he is. I know.
Thing,
Because
He was
chat,
the original
of course.
Simon Cowell.
He was on
Idol.
Pop
He was the
Stars,
Simon-
Pop Stars, the Rivals.
He founded. Who did he found?
Gareth
he founded
Gates.
Gareth Gates, Kim
no,
Marsh.
the band
Brian
before
Clark.
that.
Hearsay.
No,
Liberty
2-0.
X.
It's 2-0.
Oh my God!
Shabba
Mate, you're
Sly with the
driving me
goal.
mad.
We're talking about Liberty
X.
The keeper hasn't even
You're
moved.
talking about Liberty X.
someone has to
when
make
I'm
highlights
there.
of this, mate. Someone has to make highlights of this.
At least I was watching.
No, steps.
Steps aren't from.
He made steps.
Oh right.
Gareth
famous-
Barry's
telling me that
apparently
Steps
from
was from
Coventry.
Coventry.
Someone
I'm sure
mentioned
one of
Darren
them
Huckabee.
Darren Huckabee's not from Coventry.
No, but you know.
Yeah, he represents Coventry well.
Have you ever seen that video of
Noel
Huckabee when he
Whelan.
was in America?
Noel Whelan represents Coventry well.
And he's doing an interview on American TV.
What's Thomas said?
Mate, you're talking to me about Noel Whelan. I'm trying to focus on a Sabozlai goal that I still haven't seen.
I'm talking about.
What's Thomas said?
Thomas who? Jefferson. Mate, can I
offside.
watch this
It's
game?
offside.
Watch the game, Adam.
It's offside. Is that going to him?
Banging on about.
Oh no, it's not offside.
He's
It's not
banging on
offside.
about a Noel Whelan in America anecdote.
No, Darren Huckabee.
He's offside.
Darren Huckabee
Sorry
and
to
Noel
break your
Whelan are
heart.
completely
Offside.
interchangeable.
It's not offside.
He's offside.
Salah wasn't offside.
He's 100%
Oh, he is
offside.
offside.
Don't you know what offside means?
He's offside.
Shabba
Do you
Sly
know
was
the
offside.
offside?
Yeah,
And then
if he's past the guy.
No, you don't know the rule. You have to use your loaf of bread before you engage.
Bruv,
told you it'd be 4-0.
this could be another 350k, you know, of you losing your head.
350k. What do you mean?
Whenever you get, whenever City get battered and you lose your head, we get 350k.
Yeah,
views.
don't cry today, all right? Don't cry
No,
today,
do cry
Argentina.
today. Do cry
It's
today.
not 350k.
No, it was. At
Is
least.
it hitting 350k?
Yeah, mate,
Wow.
it's hit well over 1 million on all platforms. So's James Madison as it goes.
Has it?
Everywhere.
They creep up on you. The haircuts one. Fuck, you know. Eddie Hearn's business partner was commenting
Mate,
saying,
you
"Who are
seen
these
the one
pricks?"
where you call Cole Palmer Mr. Bean?
Yeah.
Actually, your head.
But the thing is, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you seen the one? That was a brilliant reply. Have you seen the one where you call Cole Palmer Mr. Bean? Yeah. I can't believe you're 2-0 down at home to Liverpool.
It's going to be 4.
Oh,
or
he's
5.
broken his leg now. Oh, we're fucked here. aren't we?
That's it now. I
We're
want it
fucked
to be
here.
6.
Yeah, 10.
Russell Crowe.
You actually
He's
got
not from
400k
Coventry
on
now.
losing
Why
your
don't I
head
read
against
that?
Arsenal.
What's that?
400k. So our second
Yeah, that was
biggest ever
bad.
video.
That was bad. Because that was Arsenal's big day out. So big for them. That's a fucking yellow card. That's a yellow card now.
It's happening.
If we
Great.
score from this,
He's
I'm
definitely
going snooker loopy if we score from this. Honestly.
Booth, read that one from Zaka 3.
What's it say? I can't see it.
I can't read it down there, mate. The screen's too small.
You can read it.
Where is it?
That one. Read that.
How is Adam so handsome?
Nice one, Booth.
What stream's he watching?
60 million.
He's talking about that guy,
down
Man
the
versus Food.
drain.
Adam,
Booby's
whatever his
head
name
has
is.
Fucking
gone
hell.
again.
He was eating a lot of food, that guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
he loved
classy.
I
love Man versus Food.
Man versus Food, man.
Gastro
They were the days. They were the days. I used to watch that.
What was that on Dave, wasn't it?
Dave, yeah. You should just go and order like the biggest sandwich
Food
in New
Network.
York.
I did that one. I did one in Bristol. It was a famous one in Bristol.
What was it like? Famous
Fucking
pizza?
disgusting. No, it was like a meat place.
Was it
Fucking
good?
horrible.
No.
Nah, it was horrible, man.
Yeah. I don't like that. You know that kind of endless meat thing?
No.
Like, you know where you turn the pause?
Kebab.
Pause.
Would you eat a
Nigga
whole
Phillips.
kebab for £1,000 right now? Whole kebab that's turning. Whole kebab.
What,
Oh,
a whole
the
thing?
whole
Yeah, for
thing.
£1,000.
Crazy.
You get
I'd die.
£1,000.
No, I wouldn't eat.
You couldn't do that.
You wouldn't
Have
die.
you heard of the?
You wouldn't
so-
die.
I
You
was-
would die.
I was
You
watching
die
Shane
of
Gillis.
food. You die of
You do it for,
gluttony.
if you saw £1,000 there, you'd do it. That's
Of course,
the thing.
mate,
you
what,
would.
the whole spinning thing.
If you
doesn't
saw the
matter.
notes, 50 quid notes as well. I'll give you
you couldn't
50
do
quid
it. I
notes.
don't think you
I'll
physically
give you
could.
50 quid notes.
You can't eat the whole thing.
If you saw the red 50 quid
So
notes.
what? He strips off meat like that and he
The
piles it
whole
up in front
thing.
of you and you have to eat a whole lot.
Yeah,
Nah,
a
you'd be
grand.
dead.
Not a
Nah,
chance.
nah.
You wouldn't
You'd
die.
You
wouldn't
Have you
die.
not seen the film Seven with Brad Pitt? Geezer
you'd-
dies of eating too
No,
much
but
food.
he stuffs it. He stuffs him like.
Oh, Doku.
No, that's true. Yeah,
Stuffs of
that's a crazy film. Yeah, there's not a single shot in that film that's in daylight. Every shot of the city exterior
dark.
is in night or in raining.
Very dark.
Yeah, there's
we
not
go.
a single sunlight shot.
No, I
Kevin Spacey came out this week. Didn't it? Horrible.
saw that.
Guy Pearce.
I
Fuck.
saw that. Guy Pearce, man.
Fuck.
Why did he put it on his social media?
Kevin Spacey's a strange dude, man.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah, but it's
Oh,
even
no
worse now.
flies
Wasn't
on
he
you.
cancelled
You'd have to get up. You'd have to get up very in the morning to keep up with him. Yeah. In other
but-
news,
But I
don't
thought
know
he'd,
what
I
you're
thought
saying,
he'd
Matt.
repaired his reputation.
Yeah. No, but he then.
But he got out of it, sort of.
yeah.
But
He was
now it's
found
back.
innocent.
Yeah, he was found innocent. He was at the Old Vic. He did like a 2-year thing at the Old Vic. He's creative director at the Old Vic. And
Yeah.
there's some horror stories. I used to live next to the Old Vic.
Yeah.
Horror stories in the local pubs around there.
There was some horror stories in the acting community then.
Really, yeah.
Adam, I'll shout at your second team. I guess so. If I,
Not
60
Salford
million-
City.
60 million down the drain. Buvey's head gone again, says Adam.
I'm just
Salah has 41
existential.
goals, assists with 11 games left. I rate that. He's been amazing, by the way. But I hate this whole like putting them both together. I hate.
Put a new together.
You know when people go goal contributions.
Yeah,
How many goals? He's scored?
yeah. But 41.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I think it's his second season with over 40.
He could get, what's he on now? He's 26 goals in the league. Could get 35, 37.
What could he get though? 36 even.
Yeah, maybe in between. But he could get 35. That's mental.
Could you do 999? Have you seen that challenge that Americans do at baseball? They have to do 9 innings, 9 hot dogs, 9 burgers
What's innings?
at baseball.
What, hitting the ball 9 times?
No, you don't have to hit it. You have to sit there watching it.
Oh, I couldn't watch that.
You have
I
to
don't-
do 9 hot
Baseball's the
dogs
shit.
and
No,
9
baseball's
beers.
fun.
Baseball's rounders.
I went to the Mets.
rounders.
It's fun.
You're there for 6 hours.
Yeah, but you
Rory
have
was
a-
there for 30 minutes max.
You weren't there
Yeah,
for
I went
the
there.
whole game's 6
I
hours
had a
long.
couple of beers. I watched the Baltimore Orioles.
Oreos.
That's what they're called. I watched the because I support Baltimore. I'm a Baltimore man. I've decided on all fronts
To the wire.
because of the wire. I'm Baltimore loyal. Baltimore till I die.
They call themselves world champions. They play in about 5 states.
Do you know that? You know that famous scene of like the Americans doing that thing with a flag. That famous painting of like the Americans like pulling the rope to get the United States flag.
World War II.
That was in Baltimore.
Wasn't it in Japan?
No, it was in
What?
Baltimore.
It was in Japan.
You know that famous picture?
There's loads of people.
What?
like
There's
pulling the
6
rope
soldiers
to-
pulling the
pulling-
flag up.
yeah.
That's not. That's in Japan.
100%
That's the
Baltimore.
liberation of fucking
It's 100% Baltimore. How much you wanna bet?
Osaka. It's
How
in
much you wanna
Osaka.
bet?
I'm pretty sure it's Osaka.
It's not Osaka.
It is.
Mate, it's literally Baltimore.
Unless we're talking about the different photos, which could be happening.
Which could happen because
But if we're talking about the famous photo of the soldiers pulling the thing up, it's not actually in America.
It's
World War
100%.
II. Why would they be liberating America from World
it's
War
not.
II?
It's
They didn't get
from the
invaded.
British.
No. It's
Look.
it's World War II soldiers. Can
No,
someone
it's
Google
from-
this?
it's
Will,
from
can
the
we Google
British.
this, please? What is the famous American soldiers lifting the flag up? I guarantee you it's Osaka
I
slash
guarantee
Japan.
you-
Ojima.
What do you mean slash Japan?
It's one of the Japanese islands.
Ojima.
Hiroshima, yeah.
No, it's
How's that? The Battle of Baltimore, is it?
Battle of
That's not the
Ojima.
picture.
Oh, it's changed now.
That's not the picture.
We're talking about Van Gogh now. We're talking about a Van Gogh.
What we
We're
talking
talking about
about?
Nighthawks. What are you talking about? You're talking about some random photo you saw in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Which you said is the most famous photo ever, and I said it's not because it's set in Hiroshima.
No.
Oh, you were.
No. That's not the one.
He sees the one he's talking about. He goes,
Yeah.
That's not
No,
the
he
one.
saw some
on about
random
that.
flag. He saw some flag in Baltimore, and he's like, that's the most
I'm gonna
famous
find
photo
it for
ever.
you. You know.
Oh, God.
Everyone in the chat knows I'm right as well.
They don't
They
know
do.
you're
Look,
right.
they're all commenting.
Arsenal are
See it? Bang.
Man City are you're letting Liverpool in their
do you mean
20th
bang?
league.
Buvey's the
what?
smartest guy on YouTube. Iwajima.
Where does it say Buvey's the smartest guy on YouTube?
We will score past it for some reason. Yeah.
Whoa. Don't drag me into this Baltimore is the
Iwo Jima.
Birmingham of America. What's that supposed to mean?
Baltimore's the what?
It was in Call of Duty.
It's got a big ball ring in that.
What was in Call of Duty?
Iwajima.
Is that how you know it from a computer?
No, I knew it from history anyway, but it's also in a computer game.
I learned a lot of history from computer games, right? Because I used to play the Medal of Honor games.
I think
Medal of Honor was
the problem is that's
bad
how a lot
boy
of people
game.
have learned how to be football fans from FIFA.
Yeah, there's an era of fans, like some 21-year-olds.
That's just pitch side, isn't it? They're all FIFA fans. Not in a bad way.
Well, no, in a brilliant way.
I don't think Tom's that.
No, Tom's not. Tom's not.
Tom's a proper
Since I've stopped
football
playing
man.
FIFA, I don't know half the players in the league. FIFA used to know the League 2 players. It was mental.
Also, some people rate players because they're good on FIFA.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
if they're
I used to
shit
do it.
in
There's a
real
guy
life.
called Emanike for Spartak Moscow. I used to know the whole Spartak Moscow 11. Spartak Moscow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I don't know anyone who plays in Russia.
I mean, what's that player's name? I seen him score the other day.
Dumbia.
CSK
CSK Moscow.
Tiao
Tiao.
plays.
Nah, no
for
idea.
AC Milan. I rate him purely based off Football Manager. 'Cause
Never heard of him.
He helped me win a Champions
Tao.
League.
Never heard of him. Hamashik. He was fantastic.
Yo, City are cooked, man. No.
Willis is watching from Baltimore.
Wow.
Willis, please
Willis,
comment.
do
What
you
photo is
know-
he talking about?
Do you know the flag, the picture that I'm
You've seen
talking
some
about?
flag
that's
on the
in
side of a
Baltimore?
McDonald's. Do you think it's the most famous flag of all time? Oh God, the McDonald's over there in America, disgusting, aren't they? Seriously, have you ever had a supersized Coke and all that?
I can't lie. When I go, no, I've had the massive drinks to give you are just ridiculous.
I went to McDonald's
and
in
like you
Times
order
Square.
a large. Have you been in and out? I'll go in and
Yeah,
out,
in and
order
out's
a
good.
large drink, and I just think I could have been okay. with
There
a
we
small.
go.
In and out's good.
See?
What?
The star, the flag.
Yes.
Rory might be thinking.
You're just talking about the flag of America.
No, but there's an image of that flag being raised, and it is about
Oh, right.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
That came up straight away, but it's just a picture of a flag, Raw.
Yeah.
You said there were people like lifting it and that.
If you listen to the lyrics of the song,
You're on about this flag.
no, that's just the flag.
Oh, for God's sake.
That's
Rory,
just
you're
Star
having
Spangled
mare,
Banner,
bro.
You're all over the place.
You have finished.
Shoot!
Oh my God! Kevin De Bruyne has just shot. It's gone out for a throw-in.
Buvey would have a better shot there.
Oh my
The
God!
like
With Paul Dickoff shouting at him to come off.
Yeah.
No, I pretended I was deaf in one ear. I pretended I was deaf. Do you know what? I didn't even look. I said, when I came off, I didn't even look him in the eye. I walked straight past him.
Why?
Fucking trying to substitute me at my own ground that I support. Been waiting 20 years to fucking play there. 20 years I've been supporting. Love City to death. They're my fucking club. Yeah, just subbing me off at the Etihad when there's no subs on the bench.
Oh, that is horrible.
That's nasty.
That's horrible. That.
You know the story.
Drink a bit of that.
No,
Drink
you
a
have,
bit
you
of
have,
that.
you have it. Thanks.
No, I'm good, thank you.
Is that right? He subbed you when there were no subs. He'd
Yeah.
rather play
I couldn't
with 10
run.
men.
I couldn't run. I couldn't put weight on my knee. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, but sometimes they go, yeah, Booth, you just go up top,
I know.
leave you there. But
That's what I
he's-
did by myself.
His
Me and Elliot
bright
went up
idea
top.
was
me and
we're
Elliot did a
better with
1-2.
10
He laid
men.
me off, and I had a shot, and it went, oh fucking! I could have scored at Etihad. Fucking hell. New season of The White Lotus looks outrageous.
No, you don't
Michael
watch that.
Imperioli's in that,
Don't
innit?
watch that.
Michael
Why?
Imperioli's in that, isn't it?
No,
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
not in this one.
because you keep
He was
banging
in
on
se-
about that scene that you like
he
in
was
the
in season
final
2.
episode.
He was in season 2, Michael Imperioli. It's a new cast.
I've not seen the first one.
Mate, the first series is good. Second one is
Is it all set
right.
in Italy?
Third one, don't watch it.
Got Jennifer Coolidge in it, I think.
Mate, don't watch the new one. Trust
go
me. You
in
know,
the
I've
next
watched
one.
everything on the telly at the moment.
Yeah.
I put that on for 10 minutes and I turned it off.
But the thing is, Roy, sometimes I say things are great and you say, I am watching that. That's childish.
Mate,
Or something like
I
that.
thought it was going to be good, but trust me, there's a concept that you don't want to see.
Oh.
Trust me. Unless you
And now I'm intrigued. Now I want to see it.
You don't. You don't. I swear to you, you don't.
Got a good
guys,
cast, great cast.
remember
You
we're
don't-
brought
trust
to
me, don't
you.
watch it.
Mason said season 3 is good so far.
It means Mason is a pervert.
Don't forget to check out Sky Bet. Bringing you plenty of offers and price boosts for all the biggest matches. The link is in the description. 18 plus T's and C's apply. Be gamble aware. I might put some money on this being 4 or 5-0.
Do it.
He's like
I told you
apathetic.
pre-stream, so you could have just done
Put
it.
a £5 on it, finishing 5-0. £5 on it, and then even if you lose, you get your £5 back anyway.
Buvey only talks about City when they're winning.
Yeah, you
what
do.
have I been doing
No,
on this channel for the last fucking 6 months?
You haven't been talking about City.
What have I been fucking doing
No,
on this,
you
on this
you
fucking
do.
channel?
He's right. You do only talk about City when they're winning.
Fucking hell.
No, you do.
No, I just can't do live streams after being hungover. I just.
Are you hungover now?
Yeah, of course I am.
That's very unprofessional.
It takes me about a week to get to
I
deal
bought
with
you
it.
both a bit of present, and neither of you want it. It's rude.
You have it, mate. Thanks
What is
very
it?
much.
So it's a present.
What is it?
I don't know.
Better Call Saul was shit, mate.
So half of it's on you.
Eat a bit.
Good,
Nah,
leaving
nah,
crumbs everywhere. There's mice and everything in this building.
Oh yeah, we just made it work.
Fuck, there's mice everywhere.
You can
If I ate that, I'd have dry mouth for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
That's the driest thing ever. Yeah, just having a go at the,
Oh Lord
the
above.
standing producer.
Yeah, Will deserves it. Man. I've not seen Will in months. He pops up when City start losing.
Yeah, there's a fresh Ribena here.
Right, Bean, if I'm a child.
Ribena's class.
Gaza, we are arsed. Okay, Liverpool, the best side since sliced bread. Fantastic side. Well done. You're 2-0 up. You're fantastic. We care. We care about football.
I mean, what do you want me to do? This is the worst thing happening in front of my very eyes right now. I don't want Liverpool.
Should we talk about the Man United Everton game, or what are you lads thinking?
I can't believe you, Buvey.
Yeah, I can't.
A man that
Really, you're
a
can't
man
believe you.
that bemoans how football's gone soft, how referees are abysmal, and a referee correctly overrules the decision where Ashley Young, you little cretin, Darren Ferguson was right.
He didn't dive.
He fucking
You
did.
think he dived?
You think he didn't?
No, I think he.
I'm sorry, but if Man United win that penalty, Buvey, you're saying this is a
Can I at least
disgrace.
can I at least give the opinion
was a
where
foul.
let's just say,
It was a dive.
in my opinion, I don't think it's a dive. Let's just say it is a dive. Let's just say it is a dive. The point of the matter is, it's not about if it's a dive or not, really.
Well, it is.
It's not about that at all. It's about the fact that the referee made a decision which is subjective. It isn't a clear and obvious error that he dived or not. It's highly, highly
It is
subjective.
clear and obvious that he
VAR is
dived.
not brought in for subjective opinions
okay.
like that.
Did Ashley Young dive, Buvey?
In my honest opinion, and this is on my life, nothing to do with United, he did not dive.
He didn't. He didn't dive. He amplified. He
What are you doing?
amplified the contact.
No, but
But the thing is, the two things can happen, right? You can be fouled and dive.
the issue is
He got fouled
There's three
and dived.
factors. There's a real shirt pull. That's
And
one.
that's the other thing. They didn't watch the correct clip.
No,
Did you see
the
what he
angle was
watched?
bad. The angle was bad.
But you know there were two instances. There was the Maguire moment. There was the De Ligt moment. One was softer than the other.
Yeah.
They didn't show the referee both incidents.
No, they gave him 2 out of the 3 angles. Sky had, or TNT had, 3 angles.
But also they didn't show, like, you know, the Maguire thing round that was less than the shirt tug.
No.
The shirt tug.
There's
I
a
think, was
shirt
foul.
tug, that's a penalty in a lot of people's eyes. Then there's a bit where actually his other arm is holding the physical body of Ashley Young. He's got the side of his, sort of by his rib area, he's sort of holding that. And then the third factor is De Ligt's in there as well, sandwiching him.
You know, if what do you think? You know, if you make the most of the contact, say you're fouled, and then you make the most of the contact and dive, what do you think? It's still a foul.
Yeah.
If someone fouls me and then I throw myself in the air, I've still been
would be
fouled.
frustrated about that because it looks like Ashley Young's playing for it. Ironically, people were saying about Ashley Young's history at diving. He did it all when he was at Man United, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
and
weren't
Everton,
moaning
he's not
then.
really known for diving, but it is a penalty. And even if, let's just say you're sat in now, you don't think it's a penalty, Ross. Let's just say the referee has made an instinctive decision and they re-refereed the game. In my opinion, it was the first time I thought in a long time they've actually tried to protect Man United here.
Yeah.
I thought it was a form of protection.
Yeah, I think it. I agree. I don't understand. Even if the referee got it wrong, he didn't get it so gravely wrong that it needs to be re-ref.
It's subjective. Some refs give it. Some refs say, like there's football fans out there saying it's a dive, and I think that's actually a fair thing to say.
People asking, where's the mince pies, lads? Mick asked
The thing is,
I'll get it in a minute.
you can be fouled and then dive.
You know what happened? Yeah, he had a little pull on his shirt, which happens in the box, and his legs somehow went out from under him
Because he's trying to run, and the shirt pull stops his momentum.
But the
I'm
shirt
so
pull,
bad.
if the geezer's pulled his
Please,
shirt,
man.
is that not a foul?
I'm
Okay, but regardless of the
some
dive,
contact is allowed in the box.
not a shirt pull.
When
not
people
shirt
are
pull.
trying to run and
No,
grab
no,
people
you're not.
running.
I'm saying literally a
All
shirt
right,
pull.
then don't dive and do that thing when people get pulled of going. Like, what the,
Is it?
like,
Is it?
I think he did do that.
you think
He
that a
didn't do
shirt
that.
pull is a
He
foul?
dived.
Is a shirt
He's a
pull a foul?
disgrace for diving.
Okay, he did.
we made his whole career relevant, and he dived again.
He did.
He used to dive for you.
The thing is, though, if
He loves
they're-
all right then.
if they're pulling his shirt, which they were, if they're pulling his shirt and stopping his run, impeding his run, that means it's a foul. You can't pull
He
someone's shirt.
dived.
He
He
did
didn't
dive,
dive.
but he got fouled.
All right, I got a question for you, Rory. What's going wrong at Chelsea?
Oh, you can't divert it like that. You can't divert it like that.
Oh, right. You want to? I've got a question for you, Buvey. You're 2-0 down.
I don't think you can divert it like that. I mean,
Nah,
it is
hey,
a
listen.
topic, isn't it? It is debatable.
There's one thing I want to talk about though. Bruno
The penalty?
Fernandes, if you're listening to me, man, if you need to leave and go win some trophies, man, please, don't let us hold you back anymore.
He dived a couple of times.
He's
You want to talk about
ridiculous.
diving.
Bruno
he dived in the
Fernandes
game.
is
It's a great free
ridiculous.
kick.
The amount of
Brilliant
goals,
free
the
kick.
amount of assists he puts up every single year. I'd even go as far as to say this. If Arsenal had Bruno instead of Odegaard, they're top of the league right now. Bruno's ridiculous, man.
He's
He's
great. It was
ridiculous.
a great goal.
And because we're crap, it kind of gets overlooked how good he is. He's phenomenal, man.
You think Arsenal will be above Liverpool with Bruno instead of Odegaard?
Yeah.
Please be honest.
Yeah. He scores goals.
Be honest.
He scores
scores
goals.
It's yourself, not about
He
me.
scores a
Don't worry
lot
about
of
me.
goals and he
Don't worry
creates
about
a lot
me.
of chances.
The thousands in the audience, the millions potentially
I seen a
watching on
stat
clip.
earlier where he's the
Do you
second
believe
in
that?
terms of leading, in terms of pressures from the front, right?
Oh, so he
From
runs.
midfield. So he'd be good in terms of press,
So he runs.
goals, assists, everything. Bruno Fernandes
Fantastic player, but
is
says that.
it's phenomenal.
So
But
you're
I'm just
saying he'd give
Bruno, if
Arsenal
you wanna
12
leave,
points over.
Go leave, man.
You say you give them 10 points over Liverpool, like 10 point, make up 10
maybe
points.
maybe not this. Maybe they would have won one then.
Maybe slightly, maybe
they would have won
slightly
one.
better.
I think the truth lies somewhere in between. I think that Bruno Fernandes is a brilliant player, playing really well, has been a constant for Manchester United, and is definitely one of Manchester United's only shining stars at the moment. I don't necessarily think that he would have the impact, that drastic an impact on Arsenal, because I do rate Odegaard.
I think we're down without him.
Yeah, that's possible. I
He
think
dived
I think
twice
you're
in the
down
game,
with
by the
him
way.
if the bottom three weren't so bad. Though.
What about the diving in against? He dived against Everton
He's beautiful.
twice.
If you're not going to call out Ashley Young's dive, I never want to hear you talking about diving. It's just
No,
if you're going to
it's-
say one's not diving, then well, what about Bruno diving? Literally diving.
Bruno
It was
sometimes
worse
dives.
diving.
we didn't benefit from.
Bruno's
one
won the. You did. You got a free kick
You got a
out
free
of the
kick.
pitch for one of them. It wasn't the
the
goal.
free kick was
but-
handball.
No, it wasn't the goal. You got another kind of free kick for it.
Yeah,
Bruno
I think Bruno Fernandes is brilliant, but equally, I don't see how that incident can be re-refereed. Even if you think it was an error, there's still a decision to be made. There's still been contact. There's still
Was it-
clear evidence
So
of
why
him
didn't
having
why didn't
shirt
Ashley
balls.
Young? So Ashley Young should have got booked. He should have been sent
He
off.
should have.
He was already in yellow
He
card.
should have. Yeah.
So why didn't he then?
Because referees are
Because they know that they're
That's
making a mistake.
interesting. The referee.
If it's simulation, I
Yeah.
actually respect your opinion, by the way. It's a marginal call. Dive, no dive. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe not. I'm not. But why isn't he booked then for diving?
No, I agree. Referees do that a lot. You know where they see a
Because they don't know.
potential
Mate. That's the
foul
point.
and then they go, no free kick, and it's like, hold on,
Yeah.
you've got to book someone
Yeah,
here.
something's
because he's
happened,
dived,
hasn't
like,
it? Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah. It can't be nothing.
What's going on? there?
Re-refereeing of football matches on a subjective level is not what football's about. Or VAR. It was never brought in for that.
But
Yeah,
Ashley Young is
Brought in for moments like
disgrace.
Lampard against Germany that are clearly, or that's goal line technology, but clear moments that are. Do you know what I mean? Nigel De Jong against Alonso in the World Cup final. That's a clear red card.
I'm done with him.
I
used to
think.
defend him.
Yeah,
He used to go for him all the time.
Do you
He's
love
like-
Ashley Young? Can't just
Not anymore.
what?
Not anymore.
Why?
Remember who gave you your Premier League winners medal? You little
Yeah.
cretin.
He earned it,
a
didn't he? He
little
started a load of those
cretin.
games. He earned
To be fair, I remember he dived against Villa once for us.
Yeah, I remember.
was like-
His old
He's a
club.
bad
Yeah.
diver.
Like, shit.
Yeah.
But I looked
You're
at his
ruthless.
reaction and you think, I know it's big club Everton it's against his former side, but he was distraught, Ashley Young. He was livid in front of the referee. You think, why does he need to be at his age? You're not fighting for the title, you're Everton. Why are you that angry? You sometimes look at the players' responses. And the players' responses
died.
were livid. They were livid.
Hoyland had another good game.
Mate, I'm with you now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Do you know what else as well? I felt a bit sorry for him on this. Like, I don't rate him. I think he's a joke, really. But do you know what I thought? You can imagine his feeling, right? He's been subbed on the 70th minute. They haven't had a shot on goal. He's not even on the bench yet, and United score.
Yeah.
He must have been like,
Also,
oh, for fuck's
you
sake.
I don't think Cheeto is physically ready for men's football yet. But he came on for 15, 20
Yeah.
minutes and he did 3 or 4 things that Hoyland couldn't
I
do.
just
Hasn't
can't
done
be-
in 4 games.
Hey, do you know what I just couldn't believe of Hoyland? That his value increased by 5 times off the back of 9 goals in Serie A. So he went to Serie A, 15 million quid. 9 goals later, he leaves Serie A for 72 million.
I think that's where, you know, like
Crazy.
all the scouting goes into like looking at they're running off the ball. You know, like every
All that-
little fine
yeah,
thing
yeah.
and then they rank it. Because I read something where, like, if you look at data and stats, people, I think about 2 weeks ago, someone reported that Hoyland, if United didn't have him, they'd want to sign him because his stats say he would be good for our system. But sometimes it's like, you know, when people go, oh, that player's doing really well there, why couldn't he do it at Man United? Sometimes the weight of the shirt and the pressure of, like, Aaron Wan-Bissaka was the one, people going, oh, why didn't he used to do that for Man United? There's different pressure playing for West Ham.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's,
Do you think there's now, are you coming to the position at all? Like, I think you and me to a degree, but you especially have been very supportive of Amorim and very defensive of him having to play his
My
way.
opinion hasn't changed.
You don't think that he has to now just find some wins in the Premier League?
We have to find some results, but my opinions on him haven't changed. When you look at the issues at Manchester, like let's just look at the team that was out there yesterday, right? Against Everton. You know, big question marks over the goalkeeper. Again, I'm kind of like with Hoy. I'm just losing the will to live with him. I think Maguire showed again why he should be off in the summer.
The lit was crap.
The lit was poor. Mazraoui's fallen off a cliff a little bit, but I think there's a player in there. I think he's just been his back sore from carrying the team for so long. Dorgu did well. I think Dorgu's looking like a decent signing until we get into him and turn him into shit. Again, Delo's had a dreadful season. We had was it Casemiro? Did Casemiro start?
Yeah,
Casemiro was playing.
The manager doesn't fancy Casemiro.
Casemiro and Ugarte, wasn't it? Yeah.
We played Casemiro.
Ugarte was right. It's a good finish from Ugarte.
Ugarte is very good.
Well, it's the first goal he scored since 2021.
No, but Ugarte is not
You can't
been brought
rely
in
on
to score
him.
goals.
But you can't rely. What I mean is that's a Hail Mary.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
Everton
yeah.
gave it away a little
You can't
bit as
rely
well. I
on
think
it.
Everton gave
But
it
what
away.
I'm trying to say is when you go through the team, you look at it and you go, Dorgu, Ugarte. I know De Ligt had a bad one, De Ligt,
Where are the goals?
Mazraoui.
I don't know how many start for
There's
Everton.
only
It's the
4 or
goals.
5 players that the manager
And where are
probably
the
wants.
goals coming from? That's the problem with Manchester United. And, you know, there's a shortage of goal scorers in football. So what's going to happen in the summer?
Garnacho is surely one of the best finishers. Surely. He has to start football.
I don't know if
Why is
I'd
he
call
not
him one of
starting?
their best finishers.
He's not
I
one of
think-
our best.
No, but
finishers.
I think he's one of their better
front three,
players, but I don't think he's one.
You have to find a way of Xerxes up front by himself. Then you play Garnacho on the
Is he
left.
getting
I
to
think
the
I'd
league?
like to see for the game against Ipswich because it's a game at home. I'd like to see Cheeto, Xerxes, and Garner.
Is it getting
Yeah.
to the stage where genuinely it's now looking like, and Buvey, you're quite interesting to talk to here because you've never of late been particularly supportive of Marcus Rashford. But you know when you see what Marcus Rashford did against Chelsea yesterday, and then you think about what Manchester United were lacking at Goodison Park, you suddenly go, how does this make any sense?
That's what Adam said. It's almost like an untangible thing. I don't think any manager, if you brought Sir Alex back or just Jose Mourinho, great manager, I think it's the pressure around the club and the way that ownership and the
also-
fans and stuff. It's
You have
tough.
to look at the fact that with Marcus Rashford, and I know there's some truth in some of these reports, his issues weren't on the pitch as such. They weren't like
they
they
were also on the pitch.
They were also on the pitch,
Yeah.
but it was stuff off the pitch that was leading into poorer performances on the pitch. And I think the break and the separating of ways was as good for Manchester United as it was for Marcus Rashford. Like I think he had to break free of
It's
But what
gonna
about
pay-
the obligation to buy? That's the issue.
cheap that
How much?
Yeah, no, exactly.
40 mil.
Your Premier League rivals could get him for 40 million quid.
But
Your prize asset.
the idea there is that if he does well, he'll go for more because other teams will be in for him.
Are they not
it's
got a
not
fixed
just
rate?
a Villa. It's not just a Villa thing.
No, because Villa have an obligation to buy him. But if Barcelona or PSG come in for him, we can renegotiate a deal with them.
Oh, I
Does
see.
that
I
have
thought
to be
you
40
had
million,
to
right?
sell him
Unless
for 40
he
if they
suddenly
wanted
goes,
to.
To Villa.
he might suddenly go.
They'll want him.
No, but let's say
Let's
Villa
say-
want him,
and
and then
Barcelona.
PSG
Oh, I
want
see,
him,
right.
and then like
So it's not fixed at Villa. If
it's
there's
fixed for
other
Villa,
interest.
but no one else. United couldn't renegotiate with Villa because it's a contractual agreement, right?
Yeah.
We could renegotiate with other clubs.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
There's no.
We
agreement.
are, by the way, we're back underway at the Etihad Stadium. And don't forget to check out Sky Bet. They're bringing you plenty of offers and price boosts for the biggest matches. The link is in the description below. 18 plus terms and conditions, of course, apply. And make sure that you are gamble aware. Thank you so much to Sky Bet as well for partnering up with us for the season. We are honoured. It really does help us out. And please check out the link in the description below. Make sure that you support them because they're doing some great work and great offers on their app.
It's not an obligation for people that are confused in the chat. It's an option to buy for Villa. They don't have an obligation to buy.
We have an obligation to buy Sancho unless we finish
Yeah, yeah.
15th, and I hope.
But that
therefore we
option,
finish
it
15th.
feels like what? Obviously, it's not an obligation, so it's the wrong word. I got it wrong. But if he performs well, they'll have to buy him because it'll be. A big asset for
they'll
them.
feel like
he'll
they
love.
have
Yeah, we'll love.
Also,
to buy
you're not
Rashford.
going to get a player as good as Rashford at his best at 40 million.
There's something about him. It's something about the Man United shirt where he kind of shrinks, but for Villa, he looks big, he looks powerful, he looks pacey.
Well, he starts their next game. He came on and he completely changed the game.
game.
And it also got to the stage where you kind of go, look, it worked perfectly. And I'm not saying that Emery didn't get it right, but you can't not start him again.
No, of course not.
You can't, like, he's played his way
I
into
think
Villa's
I
starting
think he's
11.
done it right. I think he's given him minutes in every game as a sub, isn't he?
Because
not
he hasn't
anymore.
played 90 minutes in a long time.
Yeah, but not
Exactly, but
anymore. I believe he will start the next game.
No, yeah, that's fine. But what I'm saying is Unai
Can't
has
just
to
throw
kind of
him in the
manage
deep
him.
end.
Yeah, you can't play him 3 games on a spin.
We actually couldn't live with him. You know, just that constant burst in behind. And then intelligent play when
And
he
he was
gets in
running.
behind.
He wanted to run off the ball, which is not like him in the last few months, really.
It's good to see, man. I love Marcus Rashford. I want to see him happy playing football.
Be interesting to see if this
I think he's a good boy.
if this works for him at Villa to the level that we're talking. Because, if it does, even if Paris Saint-Germain come in, if he's enjoying football at Aston Villa, if he's playing in the Champions League, maybe for Aston Villa, if Unai Emery has got a good relationship with him, he might want Villa. He might
They're
want
a
to
good
stay
team,
in the
man. And they're in a better position than us at the moment. They've got a settled side, settled defence, settled midfield.
Who would you rather play for? Aston Villa in their current situation. So Aston Villa today or Paris Saint-Germain today? What's a better club to play for?
That's really hard.
Where would you go?
I'd want to be in the Premier League.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'd want to be in Birmingham.
But then PSG, Lewis, and
You might.
Paris is a shithole, as I've said.
doesn't he drive down from Manchester every day?
Rashford.
He'd
I've heard he drives down.
I reckon
Fletcher used
he'd
to.
have a little. He'd have a little.
Darren Fletcher played for
I've
West
heard
Brom.
that he drives down.
Surely
He
he'd
still
have
lived in Cheshire.
He'd have a studio flat, wouldn't he? In Birmingham,
Yeah, he lived in the Rotunda.
little studio
like
flat.
Little King Edward's Wharf piece, Rashford.
I think you've got to remember that he's got a few quid. Like he can just get himself a
But
little.
but I've still heard that he's just been he's been not.
Yeah,
been
but it's
doing
not even that far, is it? To travel to work? Not really.
No.
Hour and a half.
Get a gaff in Little Aston.
Would you have to go every day? You probably don't have to go every day.
Yeah.
Match days you stay over anyway, don't you?
Yeah.
The hotel. Yeah, you could easily live there. I mean, Jose Mourinho didn't live. Jose Mourinho never moved to Manchester, did he? He had the room in the
He lived
hotel.
in the
He had the
Lowry.
room in the hotel.
Probably part of the problem.
He had the room in the hotel, but he lived in Belgravia.
Belgrade.
That was bad form from Mourinho. That.
Yeah, because when you sign for a club, you're buying into the club as well. You're buying into
Get a
the
gaff.
area, and
Even if you rent one, just get a house.
you can't go. I really want to be the Man United manager, but I ain't fucking moving there. Like, it's just bad luck, isn't it?
You can't live in the Lowry.
You can't live in Belgravia and be a Man United manager either. Like when you buy into Manchester United, you're buying into Manchester.
And I know he's not in a little B&B room with, he's in a fucking big old
Come on, go on
apartment,
Airbnb, man. There's loads of options.
He could live in Piccadilly Gardens.
There was another footballer living in Pogba's mansion in Manchester, and that is, I can't remember who that was.
Juan Mata did the right thing when he moved to Chelsea.
Yeah. I like this.
Juan Mata, like most footballers move to Chelsea and they move into Surrey and they buy a massive mansion and they never ever see anything about London. Juan Mata lived in Covent Garden. Just like totally embraced London.
He did that in Manchester as well. He opened a restaurant
Where
in,
you go?
I think, Northern Quarter. So he became like a big part of the city.
Yeah.
What,
has he got a restaurant there? Has he still got it?
I think it's might have been closed down now.
I'd love
I know
to
his
own a
family
restaurant.
run a restaurant there.
I'd love to
Spanish
own a
piece.
restaurant. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Come and have dinner in my restaurant. Yeah.
But I think the idea of it's better than the reality of it.
No, you couldn't do it if you needed the money from it, and you couldn't do it if you had to actually do
Unless
it.
it's like the bollocks.
Just a passion project.
Yeah.
Just somewhere to go with your friends, basically. Like Tony had Vesuvio.
Yeah.
That's all you want.
Yeah, you need a little cretin like Artie.
Yeah.
Run him around.
We'll ask Buvey to do it.
yeah.
Buvey, well, you cook a nice
Get Booty to get a
escalope.
job at McDonald's so we could pop through.
Aye. There's no way back for City in this game, is there? 2-0 down, Liverpool. Liverpool aren't going to let
Gets
it.
worse, this. A.K. Barella says, India beat Pakistan today. Kohli with 100. Go on, the lads. J-Dog says, Soup chat, gotta read it out. Bonnie Blue choked on boovies. What?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. They've just all become so famous. Do you know it was pointed out that since the emergence of the new level of Jezebel, that the old level has kind of disintegrated. Like there's no Astrid anymore. Like nobody.
There's no one out there doing it for the love of the game anymore.
No. No.
It's all about money to them now.
Yeah.
And subscribers on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
They're not just out there doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like all of the originals that sort of ran, so this lot can run. Where are they? I haven't seen Astrid Wet for years, months anyway.
You're missing her. Oh, Matt's restaurant is still open.
Have you seen anything of Astrid Wet of late? No. You have? No, I just said no. What? You saw? What? You were with her? Really? Where were you?
You've got nothing interesting to say. Seriously, we ran out of things to say. No, I've not seen her for a few good months, really.
No, where's she gone?
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. They're all chasing stats and forgetting about the beautiful game.
Yeah, mate. Also, like, there's no artists left.
What's happened to
Like,
the
where's-
artists?
There's too many Salahs and not enough Matt Letizier's.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no artists around
I've heard they're
anymore.
pregnant. One of them's pregnant.
Pregnant? Can you
Yeah.
imagine?
They're not. They're doing it.
Mate, I think she
You should
probably
get her
is.
on the Internet Dads podcast, whoever the dad is. Whoever the dad
Are
is.
you free?
Huh?
Are you free?
I'm not a fucking dad.
Mate, is there a chance that it's you? Are you slightly concerned that you're...
Grow up, Royce.
And remember, we saw your trainers in the
Yeah, we
video.
saw your trainers in that video.
You didn't see my trailer.
I
Oh,
did.
I don't know what's in the video when the geezer's mum comes in
Yeah.
and goes, "You get out of this queue."
What is the face on the telly, or is it just the voice? Can you see who
her.
it is?
I don't know. I think someone censored her out, but you could see like her going, "What are you doing here? You're a better lad than this."
I wonder if it all done for publicity. I wonder if that was like a setup. I'm very sceptical these.
Real. There's
Do
too
you
many
think?
people involved, like
Were
the
you
moon
there?
landing.
Were you there?
No, there's too many people involved, like the moon landing. It's just too big to be a conspiracy theory.
No, but that would be really easy. You just get one
That
person
was a
and
conspiracy
one.
theory. It's in a
Please,
studio.
man, you're a fully grown man.
It's in a studio somewhere, isn't it?
What? The moon landing was in a studio.
Yeah.
Please. You have to get 5,000 people to lie.
One of them admitted it, didn't he?
So someone admitted a conspiracy theory.
Buzz
so it is a
Lightyear.
conspiracy theory.
Buzz Lightyear gave the game away.
Come on, man.
Who was the first man on the moon?
Huh?
Who was the first man on the moon?
Not who you think it was.
It's not Buzz, is it?
Who is
The other
it?
guy.
What's his name?
Robert something.
No.
Who is it?
So how come they
Armstrong,
just
innit?
stop going?
Neil someone? Neil Armstrong? Neil Armstrong, right? Louis Armstrong sung We Have All the Time in the World. Neil Armstrong was the first
You
man
don't
on
even
the moon.
know. You've asked me the question. You
I
don't even
did.
know.
Neil Armstrong, I think.
Fuck, you know. Buvey Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin, is that who it was?
Do you know why they called him Buzz?
Why is that?
Because he was scared of bees.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's bollocks.
No, that's 100%
That's
true.
bollocks.
He's called Buzz Aldrin because he was scared of bees.
I don't know.
So his parents birthed him,
No, it's a nickname.
and then he never
He's
had a name
Googling.
for ages. He never had a name for ages
Until
and
they
then
found out
realised
that he was scared of bees. When he was on his 7th birthday, he was like Macaulay Culkin in My Girl.
He got his name on his.
He got stung by the bee. And that's true. Buzz Aldrin is called that because he's scared
You
of
know,
bees.
I've never been stung by a bee.
I have. I put my shoe on once and there was a bee in it. Fucking crying. Last year. Do you know the girl from My Girl is in Veep?
No,
Veep.
no idea.
There's a really good show.
Isn't that hair
Have you
loss
seen Veep?
removal thing?
No, Veep. It's about like the vice president of America. It's really good. It's Selena.
we're
No, the
fucked
character's called
We're
Selena.
cooked to. We're cooked
The
to.
girl from Seinfeld.
We're cooked to. Oh.
Adam
Dreyfus. Marie Dreyfus, whatever she's called.
Adam Sitchell says Mourinho's Chelsea needs to happen.
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
Yeah. Of course I would. Do it today.
It's like me though. If someone said that United are going to sign Beckham again, I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
Just get
Spent
Mourinho
force,
back.
Bring you in.
Just get Mourinho back. See, I don't think
a
Mourinho.
bit like that with
Mourinho's a
Potter,
better.
Force.
Mourinho's a better manager than Maresca today, though. He might not be as good as he was in 05. He might not be visionary. Better than Maresca.
Where are you now?
You've got to
Fifth.
get worse.
I don't know if
You
you
get
think
worse.
you. I don't know. This
Mourinho-
squad's got a lot of gaps in it. I don't know if he'd had the patience with this young squad. I don't know.
Mourinho in his worst day.
No, this Chelsea squad. It's not a Chelsea squad with John Terry in it. Or even Thiago
Mourinho,
Silva.
mate, Mourinho with a five-a-side team in fucking Camden Town is better than Enzo
No,
Maresca.
we're saying, is Jose Mourinho better with Nico Jackson at this point in his career than Maresca is? Maresca is with the two centre
And
backs.
yes, I'm saying yes.
With the keeper situation.
I don't think there is a conversation where Jose Mourinho,
Oh
what a
my
pass, what a
God.
pass,
What a ball by
shit
Salah.
touch again. Shit
needed
touch
a bit
again.
more on the
Just
pass. In
behind
fact.
Diaz.
Needed a tiny bit more on it. Needed to be in front of him. But brilliant vision from Salah. God, Liverpool taking the mick out of you, mate. They're literally.
Scottish
Even-
just said
even when-
total BS. He's called Buzz because he couldn't pronounce brother as a child.
No, it's
Because
because
he just made something up.
he's scared of it.
Fucking
Mate,
hell, man.
why are you believing him?
And he pronounced
Why are you
brother
believing-
as
Sounds
Buzz.
right.
Why are you believing him?
He
'Cause the
pronounced
bee
brother
thing-
as Buzz, and you think he went to the moon.
Why are you believing
Who?
him as me?
Can't even speak.
Excuse me, can
No,
I
but
ask you a
I'm-
question? This is very important.
Because he just
You're
sounds
supposed
right.
to be a dear friend of mine.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be a dear friend.
just- you
and
just-
do you know
I just feel like you're
Scottish?
waffling.
Do you know him? Do you know him?
No, I don't know.
Right, and you're taking his word over mine.
I'm gonna
I hope they
ask
score
Chuck-
here. Good. That's because you're a charlatan friend. Good. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, mate. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Curtis Jones laughing at you. Yeah, that's what happens to disloyal friends. You believe this guy? It's because he was scared of bees.
If I ask ChatGPT,
Don't trust that, mate.
nah,
Elon
fuck it, I'm
Musk.
asking it now. I don't give a fuck.
What
You
you
guys are
asking
spending
ChatGPT?
billions of quid on AI. They ain't going to get this wrong.
They are.
Central goal. who clearly...
Why
has sent-
is Buzz...
we know the moon
Aldrin
landings are fake
called
because they claim
Buzz?
to take
No,
place
Buzz
within
Lightyear.
a sky vacuum. Reality is gas pressure requires containment.
Because
It is that from Scottish. Fucking bullshitter. Bullshitter.
oh no, oh no.
That's not offside. Who's offside?
I'd rather have no VAR.
He
check,
is
to be honest.
offside, isn't he?
Marginally
Tiny
off.
bit off.
Yeah.
He is off.
That's so stupid. That's just not what it's supposed to be.
Why are we talking about Buzz Aldridge?
Buzz Aldrin. Oh, not John
Buzz
Aldridge.
John
It's not like
Aldridge.
Liverpool centre forward missed a penalty against Wimbledon. He was part of that Ireland team in '94, wasn't he, Aldridge?
Yeah. I think so. Offside, 2-0 still.
That's a shame.
You got away with one there, didn't
You got lucky.
I'd almost rather it be 3-0 and just have no VAR in football, but that's just me.
My God, you got lucky there.
When do we talk about Pep getting sacked?
I asked that question and Buvey went crazy at me. Can I ask you a question? Like, genuinely, this isn't taking the mic. I know that people think I am.
So
but
why
I'm
isn't
not.
Ruben Amorim sacked then?
Let me ask, because he's
Why is Ruben Amorim sacked? Worse
got
form
there.
than Southampton since he's come in.
mate, listen, because he just got there.
Juric just got there.
Can I,
Juric just got there.
can I ask you a question? Listen, there was a time when Roberto Di Matteo hurt Pep Guardiola to his very core. He made him cry on the inside. And as a result, Pep Guardiola had no choice. Nowhere near. Pep Guardiola had no choice but to go on sabbatical to New York and rediscover his soul.
Let's not rewrite history. He
himself.
won 2 Champions Leagues in 4 years,
No.
and he had the Barcelona media pressure that really fucked up his life in
and then
many
he
ways.
cried.
He won 2 Champions Leagues in 4 years. That's not crying.
No, but he took the best Barcelona team, arguably the best football team that's ever created.
Yeah, lost to Chelsea.
And Roberto
fairly.
Di Matteo
Lost to Chelsea fairly.
Roberto Di Matteo sent Pep Guardiola
Yeah.
into sabbatical to New York to forget about football and reimagine
it wasn't
himself,
about
redefine
Chelsea.
who
It
he
wasn't
is.
about Chelsea.
That's exactly what happened.
You were a minority part
Do
of the
you
story.
feel
No,
now?
Mourinho did that too.
No, it
No,
was definitely Di Matteo. Do you believe now that no, it was Di
No,
Matteo?
it wasn't.
That
It
year.
was definitely Di Matteo.
Definitely Di Matteo.
It was the year after they beat you at
It was
Wembley.
Di Matteo.
When they smashed you like no one else has ever smashed anyone else in Champions League final
So,
history.
do you think that we're getting to the point where Pep Guardiola needs to go on sabbatical again? Maybe not to New York, maybe to Chicago.
So he's been in 8 years. Why hasn't he been on one before then?
No, because
He was bad when he first got here. The first
no,
season
he
was
wasn't.
shit.
You finished
The
fourth.
first
You didn't lose 9 out of 11.
No, but we still got smashed in the Champions League, had no FA Cup run, didn't win anything in the League Cup, similar to this season. And City could still finish above Arsenal. You said that at the start of the stream. You did. We all predicted Liverpool would win the game. And we also said there's a world Arsenal could bottle it by the end of the season.
9 out of 11. Like, this is as bad as it's ever been for Pep Guardiola. It's
bad,
never been as bad
I've
as
never
this. Does he
debated
need a
that, have I?
sabbatical?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
You look like you're
They're a
saying
great
yes.
man. They're a great man. Why did
Can
Arsene
you
Wenger
go
do
single
one?
on Buvey for a sec? Because you're saying you're saying no with your lips, but yes with your eyes.
Yeah.
Do you want Pep Guardiola sacked? Stay on Buvey.
Of course not.
Okay, because you're saying, of course,
Why
not
would
with your
anyone
lips.
want the greatest manager in the world to be sacked?
No, because your eyes are telling a different story. Look at his eyes,
I'm
everybody.
frustrated about this result.
Look
and
at his
I'm
eyes.
frustrated
No,
about
no,
Real
yeah.
Madrid.
It's telling me no.
Yeah,
I'm
but your
frustrated.
body, your body's telling me yeah.
How are you both getting out of it? You got banged by Villa and you got banged by Everton. How are you both getting out of this?
We got a great point at Goodison
When I
Park,
tried to bring
actually.
up Man
Have you seen the
United for
form
the
they've
sake of the
been in?
stream,
No,
you
look,
walked
he's
off.
gone mad. Look, your
You
lips
walked
are
off.
saying a
Have you seen the
different story
form
to
they've
your
been in?
eyes. Remember, the eyes are the window to the soul. Your eyes are the window to the world. And I can see that there's some torment there. I can see that.
Well,
you
I'm
think-
extremely hungover, so yeah.
I can see that you think he should
The
be
idea
sacked.
of Pep being sacked, I mean,
Yeah, you want it. I can see it in your eyes.
what do you want?
Everybody
What do you want
can
me to
see
say? What do you want me to say? Tell me what you want me to say versus actually what you want to hear from me and my opinion.
You just
What do
told
want?
him the same thing
No, what
twice.
do you want? No, what do you want me to say?
He said, tell me what you want me to say.
Tell me
Rather than what you want me to
say.
hear. What
in
you
my
want to hear.
What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
Oh, he's gone mad.
What do you want me to say?
Yeah, I've gone mad.
He's gone mad.
You've lost it.
He's gone mad.
This is bad. This is bad.
It's not as bad as it's going to get, though. That's the crazy thing.
He could score from this as well.
I
There's
hope-
just no fight. The City side giving up. I mean, Real Madrid was bad.
Sagnick defending the point I was making. Di Matteo did nothing. It was Madrid's Mourinho getting on.
Di Matteo made him cry and go
Remember
on
when
to...
It was a part of it, but
Mourinho was sticking his fingers in things.
But that wasn't the same season.
Was
That
it?
wasn't the same
no,
season.
Mourinho was at
Yeah,
Real
imagine.
Madrid then. He beat Barcelona with Inter Milan. That was 3 different years ago. Gotta know that. They won the treble.
What
What a fight that was.
Oh, mate.
First Italian side to win the treble, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Also, it was Mourinho who came back. Like, the last 2 Italian European trophies were won by Mourinho. Like,
There's not been one
Inter
since.
and Roma.
Not a single Champions League since in Italy. Since
Not
since
single,
2009.
Buvey, not a single European trophy until Mourinho won with Roma.
It's 2 different decades.
They should have won that as well. They should have retained it.
Anthony Taylor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, not retain it. It was the one above, wasn't it? The first one was Conference League. The second one was Europa League, which could have got them in the Champions League. And
He went mad that day, didn't he? When they lost that
Mourinho.
final.
Yeah.
they harassed him at the airport, didn't they?
Yeah, the Roma fans.
Oh,
at the
yeah,
airport
yeah,
with
yeah.
Anthony Taylor.
I can't remember the decision, but I do remember thinking this is
It was
embarrassing.
wrong. Yeah, so do I.
So
I was like, that's our best ref, and he's completely got it wrong.
I think a lot of them are disgusting individuals. These
They are
referees.
disgusting individuals.
they
Who
don't
would you
care
have
about
as your
football.
next manager, though, Beef?
Xabi Alonso's linked, but I don't think that's
Nothing in it for Alonso though. Like Alonso's going to be looking at top clubs in Europe.
You're not even in the Champions League next season. Right now, you're below Bournemouth. Bournemouth. No, let's think about it. Bournemouth. And you're in the relegation zone, so what are you on about? You're fucking 10 points off relegation.
I swear, we're fucking.
No, but
You know what's gonna be
what are we
funny
talking
though,
about?
when we're in the Champions
both your
League next
clubs,
season and you're
both
not.
your clubs are dead. Dead. They are. Like, they are.
No,
They
so,
are.
so in terms of like realistic managers, what are you thinking? Areola?
No, I think he'll be going to Real Madrid. I think big links to Real
Bigger
Madrid
club,
this weekend.
So let's be real then.
Yeah.
Who's
Xabi Alonso.
who's your manager next year? No, Alonso will go for
what
bigger
Championship manager are you going to get linked with now? Let's
Alonso-
go Scott Parker.
We're talking about
Let's
City,
go Chris
though,
Wilder.
man.
No, Chris Wilder for
City,
Chelsea.
man.
That'll do
Come on.
them. Let's
People
do
want us-
Chris Wilder
want us
for
to
you
ask
lot.
you these
Let's
questions.
do Scott Parker for Man United.
if
He'll be
we-
the Championship
If we
next
Super
season.
Jack questions in
Let's
the
get
baby.
Scott Parker for you. He'll do you a job in the Championship next season.
Mate,
How about that?
If we're being honest, are you thinking so? Not Xavi Alonso because he's obviously going to look for bigger opportunities. Maybe Marty Cifuentes.
Yeah.
Ten
I didn't
Hag's
want
available.
Alonso.
Ten
I
Hag's
didn't want
free.
Alonso. Oh
Ten
my
Hag's
god.
Oh,
Yeah. How did you get on the weekend?
how'd you get on the
No,
weekend?
I'm asking you. The game's not finished yet.
How'd you get on the weekend?
Is the game finished?
We lost by 1. What are you losing by? We lost away from home.
We haven't lost yet.
We lost away from home.
We haven't lost it.
We haven't lost yet. Have we lost the game yet?
The night is young.
Losing. Present tense. Where are you in the table?
Ancelotti might be
Where are you in
available.
the table?
Losing.
No, you're doing a Tony Blair. Don't slip the question. Answer the question
No,
straight.
we lost away from home by 1 goal.
The only person that's slipping questions.
Where are
here
you in
is
the table?
He's the only person.
Honest question.
15th. Now,
Yeah, okay, that's embarrassing.
why will
15th.
Pep be gone in the summer?
15th, please, man. Please. We got to do a separate show for you. Bottom of the
All right,
bottom
but
half.
right now,
we're
this
going to
is the
find a
Man
random
City show.
Southampton
Okay.
fan.
Okay.
This is the Man
That's why
City
the calling
show.
show is great.
This is
because you
the
can
Man City
interact
show.
fans in and around your level. Southampton
Man City
fans,
show.
Ipswich fans, Leicester City fans.
Man City are playing.
We'll do the calling show.
You're
for
losing
for
right
you,
now.
and we'll do the Premier League winners show for
No, but
myself.
you're not the Premier League
You're not
winners.
winning
Here
the
we are.
Premier
We're the
League.
current holders of the Premier League. Is that true or
No,
not?
but that,
If
that's
we're
a
going to
long
talk
time.
past, we got 20 of
You've
them
forgotten
in an
history
hour.
from
Yeah,
9
if you
months
want
ago.
to talk past, we were the best team in the world 3 years ago.
Gas, man.
We were the best team in the world 3 years ago.
Why?
3 years
why
ago.
is your head
No, you
calm?
weren't.
We're trying to have a
Yeah, we were.
4 years
proper
ago.
conversation.
3 years ago.
No, it's not.
Can't you count?
2025.
Yeah, last
2021,
3 seasons
4.
ago.
No,
3
don't change-
seasons.
no.
3
Sean
seasons.
Dyche
years
is
ago.
available.
Yeah, for you lot, because you're going to get relegated.
2022, we played in the World Club Cup.
2021.
3 years ago. Can't you count?
Vincent Company.
God.
Did you see that fella coming out of the Bernabeu saying Pep gone?
And
Company
Bernardo
in.
Silva and the Bernardo Silva thing.
I don't want to say what he said there.
Did you see the Bernardo Silva thing?
Crazy.
Yeah, but in terms of the company
that's
thing,
crazy
there's
saying
something
stuff.
in that, don't you think? Vincent Company.
Yeah, there's been links. Yeah, there's been links. But
So
Vincent Kompany
is he
could be your
first
next
choice?
Pep's got a 2-year contract. What do
No,
you want me to do? Break contract?
But at what point do you accept that Pep Guardiola is
You
the
broke
wrong man
Odegaard.
for the job?
Huh?
What point do you accept? Because your eyes are saying that it's true. When do you accept that Pep Guardiola is not the man to get you back where you think you belong?
He's the man next season. No
Good
question.
question,
No question.
Yeah, no.
Good question.
Because it's true.
Yeah,
Because it is
Good
true.
question.
Yeah.
really good question.
Because he's going to go on sabbatical. He's going to go and find
Proud of
himself in Nevada or something. And what are we talking? Cifuentes in?
I've had a long weekend, lads. Do you know what I mean? I've had a long weekend. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
I want you to just
Just
tell
tell me
the
what you want
truth.
me to say, and then I'll say it.
I don't
I'll
want
say it for you. No, I'll say it for you. Whatever you
Marco
want me to say.
Silva could be a good choice.
Marco Silva could be good for you.
No, he's good at getting.
Although-
he's a
although-
Watford legend.
If you
He'd be
think-
good
if
at
you
Man
think about
United.
Marco Silva, he's not doing a bad job at Fulham. I
Why
think
would he
bigger
leave?
clubs and City.
Fulham are above Man United.
Bigger clubs and City are going to
Well,
like.
Fulham above Man United.
I wouldn't leave Fulham.
I wouldn't leave Fulham for City.
What
no.
damn an indictment that is.
Would you leave
De
Fulham
Bruyne
for City?
off. Huh?
If you were the Fulham
Oh,
manager,
shut up, Roars, man.
I'm being serious here.
Rory.
If you,
Kevin De Bruyne played today.
Kevin De Bruyne's coming on.
Oh, he's going off.
What?
He's playing today.
What? Oh, I saw his
mental,
name. That's
man.
the first time I've seen him all day.
Mental, man.
I thought he was coming on. Is he the? Would you say he's a legend of? It's weird, isn't it? To have
Frank
someone,
Lampard's doing well.
Yeah.
You could get Frank
he's
in.
one of your best ever players as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he scored against you, lot,
Part
right?
of the City group
One of
back
your
in the
best-
day.
one of your best ever
He'll
players.
slide right in.
That is not a foul. That's ridiculous. That is not a handball. Look, you're taking everything as well. You're
shit.
cheaters.
So
cheaters.
shit.
Kevin De Bruyne's. Oh no, he's off. I genuinely didn't realise that Kevin De Bruyne was
No,
on the pitch.
I can't believe it.
Southgate is available.
Yeah, he's linked to you lot, wasn't he?
Would
Yeah,
you have
linked to you lot.
Southgate?
But would you have him?
Adam, you're 15th. Don't talk to me about football, please. You're not won the league. You're not won the league since I was doing my A levels.
Would you?
Seriously,
Neither
imagine
of us
that.
are going to win the
I've been,
league
I've
this
been an
season,
adult
so
now
we got
for
something
15
in
years.
common.
I'm nearly 30 years old. You've never won the league in my adult lifetime. How pathetic is that?
Booth, on a serious level, would you consider Southgate for the job?
Would you consider another championship manager to take your dead ass rubbish side owned by American owners? Yeah, that fleecing you week in week out. Would you take a championship manager? Yes or no?
We're just asking you questions.
Would you take a hole in the roof and there's rats eating all the fucking food in Carrington? Yeah, what would you do? Both of your clubs are dead out shithouse clubs. They always have been. They have been.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, can we rank some potential managers? So you just say 10 if you're up for
You
it,
guys
1
chat
and
shit,
in between.
man. Oh, no,
We'll go
no,
Marty
no.
Cifuentes from Queen's Park Rangers.
Oh,
yes or no?
oh man.
See, I think Cifuentes will come up with something quite interesting around those free kicks. You could look at.
Yeah, he's got good set
He's got good set pieces. He's got really intelligent set pieces.
God, you don't have to go on, Roars, don't you? Fucking hell.
Okay, so out of 10, Cifuentes.
Is this what the Internet Dad's podcast is like? You're just rambling for an hour a week.
Completely.
What are we doing? Let's do it. Let's do another podcast with Rory. What more do you want to talk about?
Well, you're not even
got
letting
more
us do
room to
this
grow.
podcast because you're just getting angry and snipey.
We're trying to talk serious football.
Yeah.
So Cifuentes,
How
out
can
of
I
10.
talk serious football about Chelsea Football Club and Man United?
two of the biggest teams in the country. So we know what it's like when you're a big club and you need to change managers. What you have to go for.
What do you want me to say?
Who do you want? Thomas Frank's available.
Oh,
Marcelo
What do you want me to
Bielsa.
say?
Would you go for John Musinho? I'm serious.
You can pretend you got Mourinho there. It's kind of like us with Hoyland.
No, would you go for John Musinho at Portsmouth?
he's fantastic. Yeah.
Would you have him?
He's fantastic. Mid-table championship, fantastic.
I think John Musinho would be a decent option.
Mark Hughes is back
Mark
in business.
Hughes. I take Lee Johnson. I take Lee Johnson. I take Lee Johnson. I take all of them. Gary Johnson.
Mark Robbins,
You know, I take Mark. He's doing well at Stoke. You know, fair play.
Ryan Giggs.
What does Pep have to do to save
I wouldn't
his
take
job?
him for obvious reasons.
What, his class?
No, right. Would you take Joey Barton? Would do a good job according to Ryan.
We can't even get his own podcast right, let alone managing a football club. So
I know
wouldn't
Russell
do Joey
Martin
Barton.
didn't do well at Southampton, but his philosophy could fit in with him.
Yeah. How long we got? How long we got? It's been a long day.
Oh, mate.
Brendan Rodgers? No, he won't leave.
No,
Celtic.
Can you shut
he's
up?
not going to leave a big club
Yeah,
like
you wouldn't
Celtic
leave
to go
big club
City.
for Celtic.
Thing is, we bring up anything serious, you walk off and go to the toilet when we talk about VAR ruining football.
What, when you would, when
I
you
brought
were
up VAR,
basically,
you were like,
when
oh, he's diving. You ran off.
I actually
to
went
have
for
a
a
little
wee.
pee. So what do you want me
A
to
little
say?
pee-pee.
Did you? Honestly, it's just like, come on, man. You got to be an adult
you were
in the room.
you were defending divers.
You know what I'd love to see? I'd love
you
to see
died at Man
House and
United.
box Buvey's face off.
I wouldn't be allowed
I'd
to
love
box
to see
him.
House and box Buvey's face off.
Who said that?
Who said that?
Eddie Taylor.
Oh yeah, Steve.
I wouldn't be allowed to box House. He's too small.
I asked Steve
he
if he
wouldn't
would
be in the
fight the
room.
other day on the Misfits, and he said he'd only fight someone they respect.
You don't respect me? Oh, fair enough. That's fair enough.
I did try and defend you, but couldn't.
John Musinho for Man City.
Oh God, fucking hell.
John Tigana,
John Tigana.
That's
bring him
fantastic.
back.
Mate, what a man. I might start carrying a toothpick like Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
Chico.
You just made a wrestling reference.
From when I was a kid. Razor Ramon.
Gone up in my estimation.
He used to have a toothpick. I liked him and I liked Papa Shango.
At least you've had a lot of possession in this.
Yeah, mate, you can put that in a trophy cabinet. You've had all the ball. On some, your XG
been so
stats.
bad,
It's
hasn't it?
0-0.
Mate,
half
so
time.
bad, lads.
Buvey, your XG stats will be through the roof. You
It's
should
so
put that
bad.
on social media. Celebrate it. Non-stop gash.
It's been so. It's been so bad.
It's non-stop gash.
It's been so bad. Isn't it? I don't know where we go from here.
I told you.
That's what we're asking.
I
These
told you.
questions,
Marty
man.
Cifuentes.
Mark Robbins. Sean Dyche.
We've got 20 minutes left of the stream. If you want to keep going this way, we can go. We'll probably.
But you've
All right,
got to
all
give
right.
us something
We're
back.
probably. I am.
All right.
I'm saying you both
Tell
your
us
clubs are dead
some
out.
other info.
There's no info.
Give me some info. Give me the news, the
Do you want to
scandal.
see the pies that they sent me?
Yeah, go on. Who sent you? Oh, you're in. Mate, imagine if City come back now. Doku! Oh, mate, you're back in it. Can you believe it? Everything that we said.
You did have a quick look, though. You
didn't believe him, did I? You know I didn't believe you. Doku. Right, I don't think you can do a single on here. But
The apple pie.
Let me see.
So they got co-op. Bramley pies. Can you do a single on here?
Arsenal fan banter.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Humble pie.
Let me have a look.
And then they filled it on the sides as well. Humble pie there. And humble pie there. And it's
See,
been
they
sitting
work
in the
hard in
office
this
for about
building,
4
don't
weeks.
You should eat one then.
No, I can't.
Yeah, because
Bramley pies. What's in a Bramley pie?
apple. Bramley apples, you Wally.
I'll put this here. Oh, fuck no. Oh, what am I? Fucking.
Mate, you're from
baker?
Bristol. Cider and all that.
What, apples? So I know about apples. Come from Bristol. What are you on about?
You know about apples.
What are you on about?
Cider. Apple cider.
Scrumpy. Not these.
You didn't know that
not
the
these.
Bramley apples are Bramley apples.
Never heard of Bramley
You never
pies.
heard of an
I've never heard of
apple
Bramley pies.
Oh,
I've heard of pink ladies.
Yeah, pink ladies are
Pink
like...
ladies are
I've heard
great
of
apples.
Gala.
Bramley apples are
Gala.
cooking apples.
Put them down,
the big
man.
ones. Put them down, man.
Why?
Co-op don't pay to be on our screen.
Co-op. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Oh, 18 minutes so I can leave this studio.
Foden's had a good game.
Yeah.
No, Foden's had a
You
good
see
game.
his numbers for the Real Madrid game?
No.
It was like everything 0.
Everything 0.
I thought it was defended
Yeah, you're like, I could do that.
No, 0 dribbles, 0 shots on target, 0 assists, 0 goals, 0 nothing.
Mate, what's happened to him?
I don't know.
Really weird, isn't it? The Phil Foden debate.
Needs the whole system to be working around him, innit?
It's just, is he allowed a season off?
No,
he's not
nobody's allowed a season.
No,
off.
not allowed. He's not had a season off into. He's not.
Mohamed
trying.
Salah.
He's just not been
Ask
good.
Mohamed Salah if you're allowed a
Yeah,
season.
but he's a great in a different way. I mean, Gerrard had flat seasons.
No, he
definitely
didn't.
did.
No.
You don't think he did?
No, never.
Gerrard had a couple of.
No. I mean, there would be fluctuation in terms of how good he was, but it
Yeah.
would always be consistently good. And then sometimes it would be great, other times it would be good.
Mm.
There's never ever been a fluctuation to
like
the
this.
Foden. No.
I'm sure
Lampard
someone like
never-
Joe Cole had a fluctuation like this. When he first went to Liverpool,
I mean, Joe Cole didn't play his entire career at the very top level in the way that Foden
What,
has
Chelsea
done.
and Liverpool.
West Ham.
Fine.
So it's slightly
If
different.
it's next season, then you have to be a little bit fair about the criticism if you're a City fan. But right now, it's so early to say.
Would you think you'd extend
numbers
that
aren't bad,
courtesy,
like-
genuinely? Do you think you'd extend that courtesy if it wasn't a City player? Like, say, you know when Hazard had a season off? I'm always very scathing about it. Are you, or do you kind of think it's fair enough?
When you compare him to the greats, then I am scathing. But when you compare him to the fact that he went on to win the league the following season or whatever, wasn't it the following season?
Yeah.
Then I don't criticise him for that. When you win 4...
That's a great ball.
That's fantastic.
Oh, it's got to be. Oh, it's not a
Side
goal.
netting.
That's quite a good move. Well, it's a very good move.
We flick that one in.
You happy with Rico Lewis? Do you rate him?
I think
I
he's
did
the
want him
only
starting
player
his
that
Real Madrid.
deserves a buy for this season.
Because he's a kid.
Because, he's a kid. And
I think Foden does a little bit,
I
a little
think
bit less
today's
than Rico,
alright.
but I didn't want him starting his Real Madrid.
Who's performed for you this season? So say you pick your 3 standout performers. I think Haaland's done enough.
Haaland's numbers second in the
Yeah.
scoring charts, 27 goals this season, I think.
Yeah. So Haaland gets a pass. If you can give 3 players a pass.
That's a question, mate.
Anyone at the back?
When Akanji's played, he's been all right, but it's been it's been a lot of injuries.
Okay.
Guardiola, I think it's fair. I think that's fair. I'm not being biased saying that, am I?
So
Few goals and assists.
Erling Haaland, Guardiola, and
Guardiola had a period of like a month where he was just making mistakes every week.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, across the entire season, I think he's been a.
we
been
are
another
forcing
good season.
we are forcing Buvey to name 3 though.
Yeah.
I'm
that's fine.
struggling with the third.
We don't include McAtee and things in
No,
this, 'cause they're not.
no. Or even Rico Lewis. Like he doesn't need a
People
pass.
that have made
Savinho, I
like
think
more than 20
Savinho-
appearances.
Bernardo
I think
Silva.
Savinho. No, I couldn't say Bernardo actually. I could say Savinho. I think it's a debut season.
Savinho. God, it's been bad throughout. Then there's a
No,
consistency.
I can't even give you 2 defenders. I can't give you Ruben Diaz like I used to be able
What about
to.
the keeper?
No, Edison's been poor. Edison would probably cost us the Champions League title against Real Madrid.
Mm.
But yeah, it's been a long season for City. But the FA Cup's still there in the Champions League positions. I mean, it's
Do
something.
you think, Booth? Like seriously, say Chelsea don't make the Champions League, which is looking like we're not going
Liverpool's low
to.
block
Cole
spot.
Palmer's looking unhappy, not playing especially well either.
Doku's, oh!
It's
Trent's
too
had a
easy
nightmare
for
with
Alexander
Doku
Arnold,
today.
isn't it? It's too easy with Alexander Arnold. It's just so easy to get round him.
He's in Madrid, isn't he? His head.
I mean, but if you're a Madrid fan watching this, you're going to be going, "Oh, tight."
They're going to have the hankies out. Yeah, they're going to have the hankies out.
Yeah. Do you
care,
reckon
does
there's
he?
a chance if you make it into the Champions League and Chelsea don't, which I think is a fair conclusion to draw, that you'll try and re-sign Cole Palmer? Do you think there's anything in that?
I've not seen enough to suggest that. You always see a little bit of a rumour, don't you?
Just
Something
thinking
that
about
big.
if he wanted to leave and play for a team in the Champions League, I don't see who else could afford him, really.
Could Liverpool have a go if they get money for Salah?
Liverpool don't really do that, though, do they? Liverpool never really do that. Can you think when
We said that about Arsenal, and then they went out and got £100 million Declan Rice, and it's
it's
beginning to
anomaly,
creep
though.
up, isn't it? These figures are creeping up, and Liverpool might have to just go with it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's in their model to sign Palmer, of course not, but
Triple substitution.
Don't worry, Booth. Kovacic coming on.
oh fucking hell! There's been rumours this week, 5 of them leaving this window. 5 or 6
Marmoush is on.
summer transfers.
Gundogan's on. Ake's
Gundogan,
on.
You wouldn't be
Bernardo,
against that.
Diaz is
Kovacic.
on.
No, Kovacic's got to go.
Who's coming on? Who's Kovacic coming on for?
I don't know. Ruben Diaz is coming on with 2-0 down.
For your boy, what's his name again? Gonzalez.
He's been all right. I like Gonzalez. Yeah, I do like him.
You're lucky you only got Plymouth and Salford in the cup, innit? Otherwise, your season would have been done.
Yeah. Who knows? Plymouth are a good side, not like Liverpool.
I think Doku's been good today, and I think Rico hasn't been bad.
Fucking hell.
But apart from that, I'm struggling to really.
The energy throughout the spine's just shit, and I think they're just playing for the end of the season now. But this started from our game in the FA Cup last season, when you're hearing them all celebrating and getting drunk, and before the FA Cup final. I know it's easy for me to say this, sat in a studio, and these guys have got pressures different to I have, but they didn't approach the FA Cup final with the same respect that it deserves, even if it was the exact same fixtures the previous season. Probably going into it strong favourites, won the league. I just felt that was a little bit out of place. A lot of City fans went down to Wembley. It's expensive, and there was I think there was a lack of a real 100% go at that game. Do you think that's fair?
I don't know. I haven't read as much as you would have on City and what went down that week before the cup final. And obviously, I was just caught up in the fact that Manchester United won it. But yeah, you should never lose sight of how important these games are and how quickly you can go 10 years without a league title.
They're special FA Cups.
I wouldn't have ever expected United to go this long without.
Exactly.
And you almost take it for granted.
Exactly.
I
I think City really were guilty of that. You're hearing a lot of big parties and stuff. You're allowed to celebrate winning the league title for four times in a row. Who am I to say no? But there's a level of celebration that I think affected the Man United game. And I think since then there's been a real drop off in energy.
How did this season start? I'm trying to remember.
Well, beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, top of the table, end of September, I think, going into October. Haaland was banging in. I think he scored,
Haaland started off.
didn't he score about 10 goals in four games or something? It was something ridiculous. Decent in the Champions League, and then it fell apart. It fell apart with Spurs in the League Cup. Spurs in the league. I think you were in around that time, weren't you? Man United.
You know what's interesting with Liverpool today? And I think throughout the season as well. One thing that happened with clubs, they were top of the league at this stage last season, and then they dropped away. And Jurgen Klopp's obviously rock and roll football, full speed ahead from 0 to 90 minutes. And Arne Slot's football, in this second half, they have just soaked up pressure, stayed calm, been great in their low block, and then tried to hit on the counter-attack. And that they're saving legs.
Yeah.
They're saving energy.
They did it against
And
Wolves,
towards
didn't
the back end of the season, they should still be relatively fit compared to where they've been in previous seasons.
they? Yeah, they're such a mature side. I did think there was a chance they could slip up against City. I did, but
Who are we talking about?
just Liverpool in general, just how
They're
they've
so
sat
good,
off.
aren't they?
They're happy
just
City
can't
giving the
believe
ball, aren't they? They're happy City having the ball.
Yeah, with,
Now they are,
with, with
yeah.
Klopp, where they're just 100 miles per hour whole game.
Yeah, no,
They preserve some of their legs.
They're very intelligent, and Arne Slot's about that, isn't he? Just control, easy, make life as easy as possible. Go 2-0 up, take the sting out of the game, and make sure that nothing happens. Nobody gets injured, nobody gets booked, nobody gets fouled. Just basically play the clock down, which is what they're going to try and do now, I think. Yeah, just look after the ball, keep the ball in play, and just look after it. Man in space.
They did it
man in
against Wolves,
space.
didn't they? And Wolves were close to equalising.
Alexander-Arnold was had a mare, you know.
Oh, fucking
Well done, Szoboszlai. And Alexander-Arnold,
Kovacic literally passed it to him.
he had to win it, though.
No, he had to, but Kovacic gave him
Yeah.
an invite.
He's good at that, Szoboszlai, isn't he? You know, just being very athletic and covering the ground and just being that box to box every blade of grass midfielder.
Good player.
Who?
Do you think he's good enough to play for them, really, Szoboszlai?
Yeah,
I think
I think they could strengthen that
You could
position.
sell
but
him,
he'd
yeah.
still be an important part. Of the
I think he's a really
Yeah,
good
yeah,
footballer. I just don't know if he's a good enough footballer to play for the team that's
maybe
the best team in the
if you
world.
do bring in a natural 6, Gravenberch moves forward a bit, and Szoboszlai's then your backup, which isn't a bad position.
He's a
to
good
be in.
squad player, definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. If Szoboszlai in your squad in the way that we had Thiago, whatever, like it's a great player to have. I just don't know if he's good enough to actually be one of the main men on the starting lineup.
It can't be all Rodri for City, can it?
No,
It
this
just
is so much
can't
bigger
be.
than Rodri. This is so much bigger. Of course, it's significant, Rodri, but 9 in 11 is something. Is something sort of emblematic going on within the club. That isn't down to one player. Because with or without Rodri, they're a better team than.
It's not
Brighton.
100%.
I wonder what the mood is like.
It's a
You lost
majority.
to a lot of teams.
Yeah, it's a
in that
majority down
run.
to Rodri, 100%.
No, but what I was going to say is you lost to a lot of teams in that run where even without Rodri, say Rodri was fit, but he just didn't play for 1 week, you're better. Like you're a better team than
If
Bournemouth.
Rodri's
aren't you?
fit for all these games, there's a chance we're top of the table right now. That's how good he is.
I really don't think so.
Yeah, I think
really
there's a
don't-
good
I
chance.
really
Well, I've
don't
seen
think
enough
so.
of City. I just
Oh
know
no,
what,
mate!
what he
I would
contributes,
defer
like-
to you. Absolutely.
No, I respect your opinion about it.
You're
I'm just-
right.
He makes Foden better. He makes the centre backs better. You can play any 2 centre backs.
But mate, you can't.
He's that good.
I do agree with you. I do agree about. I'm aware of how
Like
important he
Kante,
is.
but Kante at Leicester City. Everything about Leicester City's win and
But
Chelsea's
you
win
lost,
after that.
you
was
lost
down to
9
Kante.
but you lost 9 in 11. 9 games in 11.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what an idiot. Ruben
Shit.
Diaz blasted
Shit.
it into the back.
Szoboszlai, some great.
It's great ball, innit?
Salah, great pass,
Good
good
block.
tackle by
Kujanov.
Kujanov, who looks to be injured.
Oh, Lord above.
Did you watch the boxing last night?
Yes, great fight.
Mate.
Loved it.
See the
Hats off
Callum
to
Smith
Ade.
fight? See the Buatsi?
I missed the Buatsi fight, but I've seen the rest.
It's awful.
By the way, Adi does an incredible job.
He does, doesn't he?
He's fucking
I
amazing.
know. Did you see him interviewing His Excellency?
Yeah, I also think, JD Dyer.
Yes.
I think he's
He's
fucking
good.
class.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
really
The coverage
good.
is fantastic.
And you see him in different scenarios. Like I've seen him do Gillette Soccer Saturday, and I've seen him do interviews.
Yeah.
And he's like in both scenarios, he's just
Yeah.
consummate professional. They're fucking class. But the fight was great.
The fight was great. I
I
love
thought-
Bivol, man.
I prefer Beterbiev, but I'm also kind of a neutral. I just wanted to see a good fight. I had it 6-6, like on rounds. But Beterbiev's age did catch up with him towards the end of the,
I can't believe he's 40. I didn't know that.
fight.
Do you think they have a trilogy?
That's the thing. Like,
to.
I feel
Okay.
like because of the money and all that kind of thing. But if Beterbiev isn't fancying it, I don't think he takes.
I think he is, though. He said he was, but obviously that's a great touch. That is a great touch. Was that who?
pass back.
No, because it wasn't intentional. Is he giving it? No.
No.
It's not a pass back.
He's tried to
No,
intercept.
it has to be a pass. He didn't play that to the keeper.
Any fucking get rules.
No, fair enough. Actually, yeah, I should be more generous. Unlucky. No, I don't.
can't believe
He
that
hasn't played that to his
Bacoli's,
keeper. He's just got
No,
something.
no. I can't believe that Bacoli's a vegetarian. That's mental.
Is he?
Pure vegetarian.
Is he?
And he's that big. It's amazing.
Mate, he got.
Must be
so-
eating a lot of cashews. How'd you get protein otherwise? No joke. It's all nuts, isn't it? All nuts.
Protein shakes.
Legumes.
Legumes.
Seriously, it's legumes. Black beans and all that. Seriously. They got mad protein in them, man.
Mate, I don't. Yeah, he got so badly beaten up.
Zhang. He was
Big
getting
Bang Zhang, man. Do
smashed.
you know that's where
Body
do you know,
shots
do you
are
know that body
nasty.
shot? It's like getting hit in the stomach by a train, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
There's something
Because he
that-
had him down in the first round.
Yeah.
That's what Beterbiev was doing, just working that body
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
horrible.
The
Something
early
nasty
round.
about the body shots in boxing. The face, we can all see it, and it's like it looks. But a body shot,
Mate,
He'll be
something-
spitting blood for ages. I think.
Yeah.
Who?
Pissing
Zhang?
blood as well.
you can
Zhang
breathe.
was.
I remember this is quite grim, but it's relevant to the conversation we're having. It's not that grim. When I worked in boxing and I could go into the changing rooms after fights, I remember being there. I forgot who he fight, Dylan White, but I was in Dylan White's changing room after he fought and he won, and it was like because he had taken I think it was Parker. I remember when Parker came on strong towards the back end of the fight, and Dylan White was like, I think he was a bit concussed from the back end of the fight, but he also had to do a piss test, right? And I seen them bring the bottle through, and it was piss and blood.
Yeah.
Like, that is fucking, like,
Yeah.
imagine
No.
pissing out blood.
Fair. Mate, do you know what? If you on the odd
Scary.
occasion that I've like done boxing as a class without anyone punching me back, just the fitness of boxing,
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that, and someone just suddenly goes, "What? Bang!" Like, mate, what are you doing? I'm
In the
messed
nose
up
as well.
already. You just
In
broke
the
my nose.
Your eyes are watering and
Yeah,
shit.
please don't do that again. Bang! It's already broken. What are you doing? Oh, mate. But no, that.
you cover your nose and it's
Bang.
no, it's
But no,
not that.
Zhang. Do you know what? There's a slow motion of Zhang's shot, and you could just see his face crumple with the pain of.
I felt like he just didn't want any more hits in his, but like I felt like he could have continued if he wanted to, but it was like
No, because there were
it's
two
too much now.
in the moment, the TKO. There were two, weren't there? There was one, and he goes like that, and before he could hit the deck, another one landed around the side, and you could just see, my
I
God.
love body shots. Something, yeah. Fury knocked out Wilder with a body shot, like sent him onto the floor with a body shot.
Yeah.
It was amazing. In the second one, I think.
Yeah. So, well, it is like getting hit with a sledgehammer in your abdomen, isn't it? Yeah.
Jesus.
It was a great night of boxing, though. It really was. Every fight delivered. That Callum Smith fight was horrible.
I'm gonna watch that back again tonight.
Horrible.
I did miss that one. Poor from Doku.
so
I think he's had a
shit.
good game today, but that was poor.
Canelo versus Bivol. Well, I don't know.
No, I think
He's
it'd
turned
be
down the Jake Paul
Benavidez
fight.
if it's not Beterbiev next.
At least he's turned down the Jake Paul fight.
Canelo's
That'd
being
have been
linked with the
embarrassing.
fight of Crawford, isn't it?
Yeah, Crawford's the next one. Yeah,
I'd love to go to that.
apparently anyway.
I might go to that actually.
Oh fucking hell, man.
Do you think
I
it'll
think-
always
I
be
think
in
Crawford
Saudi?
spent-
Do you think it'll always
No,
be
no,
there?
I think Canelo Crawford will
Would
be in Vegas.
States. Yeah.
There's that fight, the Garcia fight they want to do in New York, in Times Square.
Is that the
That'd be nuts.
rematch? Ryan Garcia against
Devin
Haney.
Haney.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I love Devin Haney though.
Do you know Devin Haney? I think you'll like this. If I'm right, is Devin Haney from Baltimore?
Can I double
Because
check? I
do you
don't
know the story? You know, amazingly,
Oh, his boxing coach.
you know,
Is that what you're on
you know
about?
Dennis Wise in The Wire, the character Dennis Wise, Cutty,
Yeah,
the boxing coach.
yeah.
You know that is genuine. That whole story of the boxing coach is genuine, and I think
He's born
No.
in San Francisco.
no, it's not Devin. What's his name? Someone in the chat help me.
Boxing coach.
No, yeah, but there's a
Yeah.
boxer out now who's like who's brilliant. Whose name has just evaded me. Someone would tell me in the chat straight away. He's like the best boxer around at the moment. With all the tattoos. Fucking name.
Tank.
What weight is it?
Tank.
What's his name?
Javante Davis.
Javonte Davis, I think, is the kid from The Wire, gets trained by Cutty and becomes a
Yeah.
boxer. It's Javonte Davis.
Well, the same.
I think.
Wow,
If Javonte
No,
Da-
it is Javante.
It is Javonte Davis.
Javante Davis
Yeah.
is unbelievable.
Can you believe that?
that's crazy.
The story of Cutty in The Wire is genuine.
Yeah,
Dennis Wise is the guy's name. And unbelievably,
he's called
it's-
Dennis Wise in the.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
because when I
That.
was watching that, he's called Dennis Wise. I was like, the writer of The Wire.
The guy
has
who
to-
comes out of prison.
Yeah,
I didn't know
the
that.
writer of The Wire has to be a Chelsea reference. I was thinking it has to be a homage to Dennis Wise, but it isn't.
No.
The guy's name in The Wire is
It
Dennis
wouldn't
Wise, like the real
such an
character.
American show, and it wouldn't have that kind of.
No, but you get an English influence easily.
yeah,
You get a football reference. Easily.
yeah. Oh fucking hell, man! Give it there.
He's had a good game, Doku, though. I think
Give it
he's been one of your
there.
shining
He loses
lights.
the ball too much, man, for me.
Calvin Ford is the actual coach.
Is that it, Calvin Ford?
Calvin Ford.
So uninspiring, isn't it? This is. It's not been like this for.
Liverpool have had it perfect.
City fans forget what it's like to have a
Not
dead rubber
overexerted
season.
themselves.
No, they
Not got out of second gear. Not had to. Kept the clean sheet so far. City hardly threatened.
No, it's been poor, man. Noah Haaland is a big miss. They got no Julian Alvarez. Could have been in the squad as an example. Could have been threatening today as an
Could,
example.
could Trent's form, and I understand the deal might already be done, but could Trent's form turn?
Stop Liverpool wanting. Stop Real Madrid wanting to sign him.
Yeah.
No,
It's done.
no.
It's done.
But if I were a Real Madrid fan, I would be thinking it's not about what Trent Alexander-Arnold can do at home. You know, when they're playing at the Bernabeu against Cadiz, he'll be able to, ping a ball to Bellingham or whatever, no doubt. But what about when you're up against Liverpool in the Champions League? Then what? Because you've got to think.
Because James has pointed out he's been so good this season. It's where he's created some goals and he's looked good in the final third at times. But we've seen him today. Doku's had him on a lead. He's like done what he was wanted to do with it.
They can get
And
away
I think
with it,
it's been
can't they?
Konate and Van Dijk, and City opting to whip the. That's what's been strange to me this game as well. City keep whipping the ball into the box. Haaland's
Yeah,
not
to
here.
who? To who? I know.
And you got Konate and Van Dijk going, thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Heading it out every time.
Yeah, this is City side on the real decline. You need
Time
6 or
goes
7 players to leave now. Unfortunately.
And what? Similar number to replace them?
Yeah, the squad seems a little bit bloated now because of all the activity in January. You know, three defenders have come
But if
in.
you were to let 6 go,
I think if you let 6 go,
and bring 4 in.
another midfielder in. I think maybe like one of the new boys needs to go as well. I mean,
Who?
I like Doku. I think he will stay, but Doku is Doku at the level. Really, I don't know.
Look how empty the
When you
stadium
go
is,
through the
mate.
squad,
Lads, look how empty the stadium is.
how many players have you got where you'd go, these lot should be a part of the squad moving forward? Like, you know how I do
Still
with
loads.
United at the moment? I go,
Look at
there's
the
about 6.
stadium.
Is there a lot of
There's
them?
still about 13 players at 14
But would you
players.
consider Gundogan in that?
No, Gundogan needs to go. Edison needs
Would
to
you
go.
consider De
Kovacic.
Bruyne in that?
De Bruyne needs to leave.
That's
Bernardo
what I'm
needs to
saying.
leave.
So, like,
But that's 6.
Foden,
Foden needs to
Haaland,
stay.
Rico Lewis, James McAtee.
Got 2
This
wingers.
is the nucleus of the new team, right?
Yeah.
Doku.
I don't know about James McAtee either.
Really?
To be honest, I don't know.
I thought you were quite an
I
admirer.
like his story. I like he's a City fan. I love James McAtee. I'm talking about the pure
Is he good enough to lead the line or
pure
play?
level
Yeah.
opinion. Is he of the level? I don't know if he is. But there's still a lot of
You know, if
positivity.
Ipswich go down, would you like go back in for Liam Delap as an option?
Yeah, we got the option to buy as well. Got first refusal, I think. But
There's
I
a
don't know
lot
if
of
he's at the
players. There's a lot
level.
of players when you look around the Premier League who you've let go that you could do with now, isn't there?
yeah, it's
Cole
crazy.
Palmer, Rodgers at Villa.
Rodgers, yeah.
You can have Jadon Sancho back. if you want.
Tosin, if you count him. I don't know if you count him. Tosin.
Adebayo?
Yeah.
You don't want him.
No. Don't rate him.
No.
Solid last season.
I
When he
love how
fell.
you went like there's another one. Who?
Yeah. Can't be him.
Shank Tossin.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks out of place.
Who's the
for
greatest
Chelsea.
Turkish player of all time?
Hakan and Suka.
Ooh, good.
Chakanoglu.
Could be 2 guy. Who was the geezer?
I think
that-
it is Hakan Suka.
Was it Alpay who had the beef with Beckham? Spat
Yeah.
at him or something.
Yeah.
Did he spit at him? Don't want to.
I don't know about
don't
spitting,
know.
but
Did
there was a
Alpay
thing.
do to Beckham?
I think the answer is
Oh.
Hakan Suka, isn't it?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Especially because he delivered at World Cups and stuff
Yeah.
as well, didn't he?
Oh. They came 3rd, didn't they, in 2002?
Yeah.
God. Madness.
Who else? Who else is a
What's that?
Muzzy idiot?
The fuck is that, man? What is that?
I don't know what you're trying to do anymore, mate. I don't know what the idea. I genuinely don't know what the idea is. Mate, what do you think? Do you think? Obviously, before we watched this game, we were saying that Man City could finish above Arsenal. Have you reevaluated off the back of this underwhelming performance?
No, I think City could do 3 or 4 in a row at the end of the season against lesser opposition, with all due respect, and Arsenal could be so frustrated, squad drawn out, injured, that they don't focus in the same way.
Mm.
We've seen it happen, haven't we?
No, I know.
City could go on a
Do
run
you
at the
know
back
what,
end of
though,
this
Booth?
season.
On
Haaland comes back.
On some level, I think that City could get the requisite points to finish sorry, I think that Arsenal could drop the requisite points for you to finish above them. The question isn't really about them for me. It's can you put enough of a run together?
This is a special. When we absolutely annihilated Newcastle last week.
You did,
Newcastle
but then the
just
game
beaten
before that.
Forest.
But then the game before that, you didn't again.
Who was that against? Sorry.
You lost to Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal and Liverpool, fine, I'll give you that. And we conceded 7 against both of them.
Oh my God, he's done it. That's a foul. No, he's dived. Well, there's a booking, isn't it? There's a great example.
yeah.
There's a great example. That's either a foul or a booking. But that's the end of the game.
Moldy bouncer.
2-0. That's the final hurdle for Liverpool, and they've crossed it easily. Clean sheet yet again away from home. It's just like...
That's the story, isn't it? And I mean, we've been focusing on Man City because we like to annoy you, but the story isn't you. The story is the brilliance of Liverpool. If you're an Arsenal fan with any hopes of winning the league, this is the weekend where it ended. They dropped points when they shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
And in a very tricky fixture for Liverpool, one of the hardest fixtures that Liverpool will play this season, not only did they win, but they won. What gear were they in? 3rd at most?
Yeah, they weren't even running in the final 20 minutes, just cover it, shifting left to right.
Hmm.
You know, Liverpool, I thought they had a little bit of a dip in form, a little bit dip in energy. They've not lost to Aston Villa. They beat Wolves. They didn't lose to Everton.
Showed Arsenal what you need to do as well. I
Yeah,
know this is a different Manchester City team in confidence and everything, but last 2 seasons, Arsenal go to Etihad and get a result like this, and you're looking very differently.
2 away draws, 2 wins in the last 4.
Liverpool to do.
And it's getting to the stage for Liverpool now where they're just counting down the games. They can see exactly what they need to do. And
Liverpool will
ultimately,
lose the next 2 games, and I still think they win the league.
ultimately, congratulations. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in. We really, really appreciate your support. Please, if you are watching and you haven't clicked subscribe, please consider clicking that subscriber button. Really helps us out. We would love to welcome you into this community. And before you go, please listen to this. I must say a huge thank you to Sky Bet. They have been fantastic in partnering with us all season, and they are bringing you so many offers, price boosts. They've got some really, really exciting things going on for the biggest matches. So make sure that you click the link in the description below to see what's going on. 18 plus, terms and conditions do apply. Be gamble aware. Buvey, cut to Buvey, single on Buvey. You can have the final word.
Quick fire, Buvey. Sean Dyche, yes or no?
Sean Dyche for Man United can get relegated.
David Moyes, yes or no?
Quick fire.
Quick fire for Chelsea. Where are you in the table?
Marty Cifuentes.
Where are you both in the table? Come on.
Rattled.